You can't. It doesn't. The keen does not stack with
a keen weapon and a true critical don't stack. You can't use them both.
No, I meant the one that makes it easier to confirm.
Yeah, okay.
That's critical focus, which is +4 to confirm.
And yes, that does do that.
And that's on my list of things to get as I progress.
I have no idea, Mike. Have you made magical items? I mean, I've done scrolls a decent amount, but how long does it take to do like that?
It takes 1 day per 1,000 gold pieces it costs to make it.
1,000 gold. Huh.
So, for instance, it's going to cost us $3 grand and stuff to make his sword, to upgrade his sword to keen. So basically, it'll take one of us working for 3 days, or both of us working together for a day and a half.
And Bardos actually, he can do 12 hours instead of the 8 hours because he doesn't sleep. Plus, it's kind of giving him a bonus. For
okay. Yep. That makes sense.
So he can do a little bit more even.
Yep. You get a day and a half every day. I only get a day.
Right. So in 2 days, Don, we can have your weapon keen.
In 2 days?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but we're not gonna.
We're not gonna.
This is wrong.
Just a simple caravan guard.
Okay.
Les kind of hedged on how much time we're going to have here. I mean, I assume at least a couple days. I got to stock up on some scrolls too, so I need a couple days for that. But I mean, I can do it as we're traveling too. I think Les said I can do 4 hours a day while we're traveling to make stuff too.
Right.
Yeah, it's sort of like you can't do it like while you're flying on storm, but
Right.
No, he's actually like got one arm around the strip, like holding him in, and then the other hands are like he's messing with something.
Yeah, you drape the portable hole out on top of
Yeah, it's on Storm. It's on Storm's back, and he's jumped down in Storm's back, and he's.
it's like creating a cabin.
He gets a little upset when Storm flips upside down and starts to fall out, though. But
yeah.
actually, that wouldn't happen.
You know
But still.
about
Okay. Dang it. All right.
What's going on with Disney, Dan? Are they opening?
Sorry.
Disney Springs is opening on Wednesday.
Really?
Where is
I was
that?
joking. That's like this. It's the shopping area. That's where the hotels are at.
Ah, okay.
Most of what's there is outside vendors. Disney doesn't actually run the shops or the restaurant.
Just charges them.
We charge a lot of money for it, but we are in charge of custodial and security. And I was joking, I think last night with everybody that normally when it was open before, we would have about 15 to 20 custodial people a day. They're opening now with 200 a day.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Basically, everything's going to be disinfected every 30 seconds.
So they're going to put one custodial person behind each person that's in the park and just
Basically
follow behind them, wiping things
everything
off.
you touch wiped up right after you touch it.
Adjusting their masks for them. Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Slip it down.
Here, this is your assigned custodial engineer today.
Your host of the day.
Have you guys outsourced to Buckeyes? Have you ever heard of Buckeyes, like a truck stop in Texas and out west and everything?
No.
They advertise the cleanest bathrooms.
And it's Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Bucky's, that's it.
Oh, is that the ones that do the billboards that say we have the cleanest
We
restaurant?
have the cleanest bathrooms.
Well, the guy who started that company went on a road trip with his family, and literally everywhere they stopped, his wife refused to use the facilities because they were so dirty. And so this caused him an issue with having to stop 3 times as much to where she could find someone to go. So that is what gave him the idea to open Buc-ee's. And yeah, they sanitize the bathrooms like every 45 seconds.
And the places are like small Walmarts, aren't they? I mean, they've got grocery stores, clothing,
Well,
knickknacks.
there are little Buc-ee's that are kind of like any other little 7-Eleven stop and rob type place.
Okay.
But yeah, there are some Buc-ee's that are 9 acres big.
Yeah.
Wow, so every 45 seconds, that can get a little awkward.
Excuse
me.
Yeah, they're
Don't mind me, I'm
constantly,
just.
they're constantly.
Could you raise up a
cleaning
little
the
bit?
bathroom.
I just want to
There are people in the bathroom all the time, just kind of straightening up, cleaning,
Yeah.
doing whatever.
Watching.
Hey, I was using that.
Rubbing.
Watching.
Yeah, and it's all because the guy who started it was because his wife was disgusted with the condition of bathrooms on a road trip. So that's why
I'll
he
tell you what,
started
they're
that
clean.
business.
It's successful.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
Everyone I've been in has been packed.
The bathrooms?
You mean the bathrooms?
The whole place.
It's a huge line. Get out of the way. You can hear the dwarven singing in the background at Dresden. The happiest dwarves. So Matt said he is going to be there in just a sec, so we could talk a little bit about what's going on. So I started on this
Hey,
page.
Don, send me that whisper thing.
So we could start on this page because I want each of you to look at your icon and make the appropriate changes from a hit point standpoint. Just make sure everything is updated and everything is correct, because what I'll be doing is in many cases, we'll start on this page. This is an idea I stole from Mike. And we'll start on this page, make sure everything's, and then I'll use these to sort of copy over to other maps and pages that we use. And that way we can be sure that everything is on the up and up.
So you're just going to grab this whole big group right here and then bring with us?
Yes. That's the crew.
All right, now you can.
No. Home's staying home too. All right, that's it.
She would be really helpful.
You've made it hard for me now. That's it. That's it.
The storm goes away.
So we're going to start here. So please update your icon. If there's anything you need to put in there, please do so. In the
Mike.
Thank you.
In the meantime, several of you guys leveled up to 10th level. So I wanted to take just a couple of seconds to talk about what you guys got, what you took, what new benefits you have, that kind of stuff. Now I know Farina's not here, so we'll start with Lothar. Lothar, you moved to 10th level. 10th level, Aristalian cleric. What is 10th? What do 10th level clerics do?
You get another spell level.
Another spell level? Is that it?
Not another spell level. I can still only cast up to 5th.
Okay.
But I get extra 5th level spells now.
Nice. Is there any particular ones you took that you're going to start lugging around, or you want to keep it fluid?
Well, I took Plane Shift because it sounds like we're probably going to need that.
Okay.
And I took Flame Strike because Don may need that.
You may need to Flame Strike Don at some point.
Exactly.
Okay. Just to. Yeah,
it's amazing. The rest of us took Flame Strike too, just for that.
but no. It's like anything else though. If there's a cure spell, I can convert anything. So
do you get is 5th level spell? That's a full heal, right? Or is heal 6?
Sixth level.
Heal is 6th level, okay. So I don't have that yet.
So you get so is it 11th level? You get 6th level spells?
I believe so. Yeah. It's either 11th or 12th.
It's 11th.
We're gonna have to make sure that you never
get 11th. Yeah.
So Chuck,
funny thing though is you can bring someone back from the dead before you can just take someone who's mostly dead and completely heal them.
And heal them, yeah.
Hey, it's always harder to fix something than it is to buy a new
scratch.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, all. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, there he is.
You didn't miss nothing.
I roll for initiative.
You roll a 0.
I attack the darkness.
No, we were just talking about. So we're just getting started. We're just talking about. Several of you guys went to 10th level. Lothar, Chuck was just telling us what Lothar took, which is an extra 5th level spell. You didn't get anything else? No ability scored jumps or new feats or.
No,
I don't know.
Not for priest.
That's it. Just a new spell, and that's it. All right. Well, yeah.
Because of domain spells, I actually got a couple new slots, but.
Oh, cool. All right.
So
anything of note or?
Well, you'll find out when I have to cast one of them.
All right. Fair enough.
Effectively for a priest, I now have access to any 5th level, or I still have access, but I have access to any 5th level spell, just more of them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's legit. Dan Fletcher went to 11th level, or 10th level. I'm sorry. He went to 27th level. What, if anything, did you manage to scrape out of this?
At risk of repeating myself, this is the ultimate level of feral for Fletcher. He just became even worse than ever before.
Okay. Which is saying a lot.
And basically, metaing briefly, he got Greater Beast Totem, which is a.
So I've heard that Greater Beast Totem sounds a little like that, kind of.
Yeah, it sounds like a baby cry. That would be lesser beast totem.
Supposed to be a rooster. All right, so greater beast totem. Is that the so what does that do for you?
His claws now do D8 damage, instead of a triple damage on a crit, and he has pounce.
Nice.
So he's going to be wanting to charge a lot. If you could leave him space to get straight lines. It, as a reminder, pounce means he gets a full attack action at the end of a charge.
So as you become more and more a bestial creature, do you see yourself becoming more canine, more feline, more vulpine? What sort of creature are you changing into with your
Alpine.
He is emulating Otto.
Elephantine?
Elephantine, no. He's emulating Otto pretty much. So he's
Okay.
more feline.
More feline.
Yeah. He also, his DR went up, so his fur has gotten tougher and stronger as well.
And my own as well.
See the claws a lot more often now. He'll be more eager to use them. He was always hesitant before. He basically just has embraced this animal side of himself.
Gotcha. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. And last but not least, Flashheart, Iomedaean Paladin, 10th level. You gotta have some kick-ass new Iomedaean powers ready to take on the road with you. What do you got?
Well, for the most part, all I have is a increased BAB and will save and whatnot. All my saves increased, and my base attack bonus is now +10.
Nice.
To start with, so I'm going to be hacking and slashing more. I don't think I get anything else till the 12th level. I got some stuff at 9th level, but I don't think I get. That's where I got confused last time, thinking I had whatever it was you were chastising me about when I thought I had cure disease when I had cure whatever it was.
Yeah, that was really cheaty of you to do that. So we obviously had to put a stop to that.
I'm glad I was able to retain my paladinhood with that. But Flashheart's just a little more smug and shiny and more slightly more on the zealotry path than he normally is.
Very nice.
He's usually a pretty low key paladin.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that Flashheart is definitely known for, is being low key.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, it's all good.
He's so laid back.
He's the Saul Goodman of Iomedaean Paladins.
My Smite Evil went to 4 times a day too, so that's nice because
Nice.
Smite Evil is awful nice to have.
You can't wait for next level, actually.
Yeah, at 11, what do I get?
Basically, you can use 2 uses of your Smite Evil to give Smite Evil to everyone within 10 feet of you.
Ooh, okay. Let's give me
imagine a whole party of melee guys who all have Smite Evil going.
A raging barbarian with Smite Evil is extremely deadly.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah,
but you have to be going against evil creatures, like say on the Abyss or something.
Say on the Abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame we're not going there.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
This is like, actually, this campaign has changed. You're going up to the heavens.
We're going to the village of Hamlet. We'll see what happens there.
That was good. Can you imagine these level 10 characters rolling in the village of Hamlet?
And taking it over, burning it down.
Yeah.
Hey, so Matt, check out your icon on this page. Make sure the hit points are correct for your current level and all that good stuff.
Where am I looking here?
Between Bardos and Gatto.
Oh, yeah, I look on roll 20. Sorry, I'm looking at your. I'm looking at Zoom.
Oh, rookie mistake. It's okay though.
Wrath of the Righteous Man. How was the game last night?
Excellent. We didn't get a ton of people, so it was just Dan, Tom, and Eric, but they
were effective.
Yeah, very effective. They got into they scoped out and attacked the trading post and got the jump on those guys. It was a pretty chaotic battle that ensued. 3 of the bad guys escaped. Well, 2 bad guys and one very frightened guardsman. But they got the bad guys, and they're essentially. So this is gonna be interesting next Saturday. They're essentially, you guys. It's the middle of the night, and you're essentially sitting on a trading post that you have killed all the people inside of. So
you can just role play being a trading post.
Yeah, at some point somebody's gonna figure this out. That hey, something's going on down at the trading post.
Wait, isn't that the whole premise of the Hateful Eight? You know, you taking over trading posts and waiting for the guys to show up.
So it's only a matter of time before there's like a big sort of Reservoir Dogs like shootout against each other.
He does love a Mexican standoff, Tarantino.
All right, so cool. So just a quick. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking at my thing, and you asked me to. No, those aren't right.
All right, can you fix
it?
it?
Was 71, but I think it's higher now because I haven't.
Well, you should be able to go in there and fix those to where they ought to be.
The gear.
So
Yep.
Please do. So just a very quick recap of last time. You guys went back to Dresden after the implosion of the Ivory Temple. And you found yourself basically in a couple of different things. You had looked through all the documents that you were able to retrieve and bring back that the Earth Elemental was able to sneak away with before the explosion happened. So you got all those documents. A lot of great military plans and maps and things that went straight up the ladder to the military commands, including. A lot of the Crusader Senior Council guys and stuff like that. So very valuable there. You found a copy of Xanther Vang's journal, one of his latest journals, which is fanfic. Yeah, it's all. He's taking a lot of inspiration from what is it that 50 Shades of Grey, something like that. So. So he's working it out. I mean, it's not great prose yet, but it's got some promise. But also a lot of interesting information about the location of nyahydrian crystals and political infighting going on within the ranks of the senior command of the Worldwound attackers. So very interesting kind of perspective on all that. And then the Queen Galfrey came and basically is like, look, we have this thing that we found. We think this is a partial, not so much copy, but a partial of the actual thing of the book that had the incantation used to actually open the Worldwound. If we can reverse engineer this thing, even though parts of it have been destroyed, we can maybe close the Worldwound for good. She brought a couple of pieces of it, these bronze plates, which she says, look, if we can put one of these bronze plates on either side of a rift gate, we might be able to close it permanently. And then she went on to say, talk about some of the things that you found in Vang's journal, which is the existence of essentially a nyahydrian crystal distillery, a place not at the Ivory Temple, but somewhere else where they are importing these nyahydrian crystals from secret mines in the abyss in a place called the Midnight Isles, and processing them into nyahydrian elixir, one of which you were able to capture. You actually have a flask full of nyahydrian elixir, the distillation. So, which according to all reports and to Vang's own research, will essentially, it does one of two things. Essentially, it will either kill you outright or it will give you mythic power.
We're gonna play like a Russian roulette kind of a drinking game back at.
Well, you got to drink the whole thing, but I mean, it could happen. I mean, if some
Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, the very beginning, where he's spinning the glasses around the table.
Yeah, exactly. If one of you, Gatto, decided to drink it like Gatto, or somebody like Gatto would drink it, that could be a very interesting thing. Gatto.
Who would do that?
So there's there. Then at the same time, you guys have been able to do a little research on. I mean, you realize that it's been only about 340. Ilindar only has 345 days left before you guys have to deliver the right hand of Aroden up to Iomedes Solar that lives in the sword of. Whatever it is that hangs in the Great Hall in Dresden that you guys retrieved in the last module, the last book. I want to say Sword of Fury, but that's not it.
Sword of Valor.
Sword of Valor, that's it.
I read the module. So
you guys, you're good. Thanks. Would you keep reading them? So when I run into these kind of linguistic issues, you can just like sort of give me the prompt, and I'll be right there with the stuff.
Are Gordon and Jennifer traveling tonight? Are they? Oh, there's Gordon. Hey.
Gordon's here.
That's gonna feel bad, Gordon.
I had to scroll down and see if you were there.
Man, that's
You were in your mobile home.
It's hard getting snubbed by an Iomedean paladin. The snub is in. So you have that. There's 345 days that Ilindar still has on this earth before he's scooped back up and sent ultimately to his reward, whatever that.
Like I said, not nervous yet, but ask me again tomorrow.
Not nervous yet, but the clock's ticking. So, but basically, Queen Galfrey is like, look, I want you guys to do this, and it means that you have to be on the other side of the gate when this happens. And just to reiterate some of the things, she's like, look, I need you guys. This is the thing, and she's concerned about that the Baphometians and the Discaris are trying to bring this Nocticula, the demon lord of the Midnight Isles, into their alliance. You have some information from Xanther's journal that says that she's not necessarily interested, that Nocticula hates Baphomet, but they're trying to make it work anyway. They've got these secret mines that are going on in the Midnight Isles that Nocticula doesn't necessarily know about, or they're at the very least they're trying to mine the nyahydrian crystals surreptitiously and not tell her while they continue to broker the deal. So Queen Galfrey has basically said, look, this is what I need you guys, this is what I want you to do for us. First, I want you to destroy that refinery, the nyahydrian refinery, the piece of it that's on the prime material plane. And then I want you to work together, and we'll send a guy with you to once you've secured the refinery, we'll come in and we will do what we have to do to shut down the rift gate that's open between the abyss and the refinery where they're bringing the stones in. Once you guys are on that side, she's like, look, try to find where they're getting the stones. Try to find the mine of the nyahydrian crystals and shut that down. Cut it off. Make sure that they can't find another way into the prime material plane. The more we can keep these nyahydrian crystals off the prime material plane, the less they're going to be valuable to these guys. And the fewer mythically empowered demons there are going to be out here fighting us, in the Crusades on the borders. And finally, prevent this alliance from taking place, and that means potentially going to Alushinyrra, the city of the Midnight Isles, which it's I'm never going to be able to say this forever. Nocticula's city. Go there and somehow convince her to stay out of the alliance. Now, the idea of a party of good aligned crusaders going to an abyssal city and trying to get the attention of the demon lord that runs the entire region to try and convince her not to make an alliance with other demon lords, it sounds a bit out there, frankly. It's a bit of a stretch, but if it's possible, Queen says, you guys are the guys to do it.
Flashheart's done really good with making deals with demons. I think
he is. As for a paladin, he seems to have a real talent for it.
Yeah, and hey, what can I say? The chicks dig me.
Well, and he's not the only one making deals with demons, as everybody looks at Ilindar. Who's sitting in the meeting room, sort of wiping lipstick off. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's like, anybody got a hanky or something?
Yeah, and yet everyone's suspicious of Gato.
Gato.
Just because you're always wearing that simple caravan guard T-shirt around.
So as you hear Gato in the background going, everybody's suspicious of Gato, and you guys look around and he's like polishing up this big wine glass with the nyahydrian elixir sitting on the bar, and he's like,
I haven't drank it.
So that's kind of where we start, you guys. I mean, I know that there's been some talks about it, but considering the time frames, consider what you have to do. You got to kind of balance Ilindar's safety versus the needs of the Crusaders and the time that you have.
He'll be fine. He's a draft.
I'm assuming you're leaning towards the trip to the abyss.
Well, that does take care of two things simultaneously, including one that's a more eager need to take care of.
Well, that's true. So you've got Queen Galfrey sending you there. You've got Lothar, who knows that Jesker Helton's spirit is there and captured by the demoness that you guys fought in that underground. What do you call it? The sort of crypt of that one Aristalian priestess. So she's there. You've got, this other, other kind of things going on there as well. So there's a lot happening.
There was something I put a pin in earlier, but the demon who snapped Storm's neck and is lurking around somewhere. We need to warn Arushale that she was around, right? She got the message?
Arushale knows Jerabeth, knows of Jerabeth. She's never encountered her and doesn't plan to either. Interestingly as well, you guys discovered a scrap of paper in the bag that that fly guy gave you that is of interest to you from the point of view of Jerabeth. Let's just go take a look at that scrap of paper real quick. You guys
old fly guy, we hardly knew ye.
He did hand over a lot of information. So it says, this is something that is what you can say, it feels like it's in Jerabeth's hand. And it says, Hyper-metropolis, our esteemed representative of the Lord of the Locust Host, continues his dalliance with his guest. You believe that she might be referring to Discari there. It should not surprise me that one such as he would look to the Dark Tapestry for alliances. The Dark Tapestry could be a reference to the Abyss, could be something else. Despite his condition, he remains a child of this tiny plane, and I suppose I should not concern myself overmuch with his pastimes. In this case, she's switched and she's now referring to Xanthir. Yet, the presence of these aliens in your father's ivory sanctum, remember Hyper-metropolis' father is Baphomet, vexes me still. They are not so dangerous, not to one such as myself, yet I remain concerned for the dangers they may represent. Their presence is more of a symptom than a problem itself. Now, you're not sure who she's referring to, the presence of these aliens in the ivory sanctum. Could be anybody.
Well, supplying with the victims tells me right now that it's probably those creatures that were sucking out the brains, maybe.
Could be the brain guys. So Vang has been supplying with the victims intended for sacrifice. Which means that he's been shunting sacrifices to Baphomet away from the Baphometians and to these aliens. He knows better than to short my needs for the rituals. Now, this is Jerabeth talking, so maybe she's in charge. She is maybe in liege to Baphomet, too. Yet still, these mortals belong to your father, Baphomet, not some clattering tangle of legs and brains, which makes maybe what Matt said earlier could be right. Even so, our Dominion visitors possess some interesting powers. I've not yet managed to crack their minds and tempt them with my wishes, nor have I cracked Vang for that matter, but I will. And when I do, we will have an interesting new tool to use against these crusaders. Vang will simply need to accept the fact that when the time comes, these guests were never his at all, but merely waiting upon the will of your father to join in the war. The effects of nyahydrian elixir continues to impress me. My own experiences, combined with the fact that the last 4 demons who imbibed survived with ease, tell me that Minago's serpentine scum and her insane scientist have finally perfected the recipe. Now, Minago, you know that name. This is a woman who was in charge of the destroying of the Wardstone network, a plan which you foiled. And from Xanthir's journal, you remember that Minago was trying to sort of recapture her previous reputation after that failure by sucking up to various people. I look forward to the next shipment from the Fane. The Fane is this general word that they use for these places that they use, and hope to be able to join you soon to aid you in recruiting more of the lords and ladies of Midnight, which could be the Midnight Isles, to our cause. In regard to the Dresden situation, you need not fear. I am in the process of, and it stops. That's all that's written.
Cliffhanger.
Beth ever hear of like Helvetica or Arial font?
No, they haven't, and I didn't draw this.
Me eyes in the name of Iomade.
So interesting, sort of in some cases confirmation of some of the things you read in Xanthir's journal. In some cases, a little bit of information, some mysteries. What is the Dark Tapestry? What are these alliances? That she speaks of. So a lot going on here. So what Galfrey's cartographers can tell you. Let's just go to the map of the Marchlands real quick here. Is that the place that they believe is where the nyahydrian crystals are coming in is here at this location with the red and blue circle. It's farther away, and well past, probably 3 days past the Ivory Temple, but in the same direction. Now, Golfrey said that she has sent some riders there, and what they're going to do is scope it out and potentially set up a teleportation pod, something that they have things with them that wizards here in Dresden can use to focus on to teleport people, and they feel like they should be able to teleport you there, so you don't have to ride. It's over a week's ride away down through Worldwound territory, which could be dangerous. I mean, the sky still has rocks in it, so this could get you there quicker, but it will buy you. It's going to take a couple of days for those guys at least to get down there, check it out, and set up the teleportation, essentially a port key for you guys for the wizard to home in on, so he can send you. And then she also says the wizard will provide you with a way to notify us once the refinery, for lack of a better term, has been pacified, so that we can send in a wizard with the book plates to close down the gate that we suspect is there. So Chuck, you sounded like you had a question there.
I didn't say nothing.
I heard you say something.
I was on mute. You didn't hear anything.
Les, is that your flavor sounds I hear in the background there?
Yes, it is. It's the sounds of Dresden.
Yeah,
That's probably what you
buy some
heard.
fresh fish at the market right now.
Is it too loud? Is it doing the same thing?
I was just curious.
Okay.
It reminded me of the old Baldur's Gate background sounds. If anybody ever played Baldur's.
Classic.
So I'm trying. I know that when I do YouTube ambient sounds, it's sort of it can be very interfering with.
Overwhelms.
Yeah, it overwhelms and it interferes with voice. But this is Sirenscape, and it seems to work pretty well.
No, I like it.
Plus, we can have a lot of rooster sounds.
Yeah.
You do have some sounds for when I'm in contact with Iomade, right? I need some harpsichords and some angels singing.
Of course.
Pardon me.
All right, so there is the thing. So you guys got a couple of days. So are you going to do some things in that couple of days, or what are you guys going to be up to? You got a couple of days around Dresden to sort of deal with while they get the people in place. If indeed you are headed down to the nyahydrian crystal refinery to sort of take that out.
We're not doing that, right? That was just a joke.
Yeah, that's just a joke. We're really going to Hamlet.
Okay. Yeah.
Some trouble there.
I heard there's this cute little what do they call it? A keep. It's on the border.
On the borderlands, yeah.
I heard there's a couple of kobolds that are acting a little sassy.
Getting a little too big for their koboldian britches.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's for
I
level
heard I
1
could buy
to
some
3, but I
slaves.
think
Oh,
we
wait,
can
slavery
handle
was
it.
bad, right?
Yes, generally speaking.
I remember going to keep of the Borderlands. Oh my God, he's got a bow. It's 1d6 hit points. I only have 4. I'm a wizard, first level. Get away
I
from me.
know. Get away from me.
He's got a bow.
You can kill us all.
So is there anything you guys want to do? Any equipment preparation? I mean, the reality is that if this operation goes successfully, you will end up on the opposite side of a planar gate in the abyss. And so, that might be,
Let me question the question about other side of planar gates. We've been killing dudes left and right that are going back to the abyss for 100 years, and we're writing them off. See you, suckers. Are those some of those bastards going to be waiting for us on the other side of these planes?
Yes.
Well,
They're
that's
gonna be pissed off when they see us show up there.
That's a good question. I think you can take a little bit of comfort in the fact that the abyss is an enormous place.
Okay.
And so the likelihood of you being in the same place where you sent a guy back is probably low.
Well, question 2.
If you see
If I see
someone-
that same guy
Yeah.
and I want to punch him in the face again, is he going to stay dead this time?
If we
Well,
kill
yeah.
them,
So that's so when you get to the abyss, you guys become the outsiders.
Right. My question is, if I die, does that mean I get sent back here? And then
No. Sadly, no, because you're
Doesn't
not
work
being
the same
summoned. Yeah. So you now, but what does work is like, what if one of them casts protection from good? that could have some issues.
No.
I was like, I'm good.
I don't know. Let me check my notes. I feel like it might. You
Okay.
know.
So here's what I did. One of us goes down to the abyss, summons the rest of the party, and then they
Oh,
can be
so
the
they died, they
cannon
just
fodder,
come back.
yeah, and they just come back here.
I don't know. Does anybody in the party know how to summon?
What, I think,
Just
summon
Stone Cold
humans?
who done it.
I don't know. I mean, if there are things that you want to acquire or make or
There
that kind
are
of
some
stuff.
things, and I've got some recommendations for Jennifer, who isn't here. And by recommendations, I mean things that she needs to buy before we leave.
For me, only thing I don't think there was any of the magic items that I really wanted that came through the thing. If we could craft anything that would help either, enhance my palatininess or and my ability to take damage, I'm all for that.
+1 ring of paladining.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be teaching Matt the Paladin sign language.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Good. I wish you the best of luck on this, Matt.
I was gonna say,
The paladin sign language?
Oh yeah, so
Matt?
an ongoing problem between Don and I is Don likes to come up with these screwball signs and then try to teach you so that he can send signals to people and coordinate combat. They're always complicated and weird, and nobody can ever
I'm a little
remember.
bit vulgar.
And so he's sitting at the corner of the table making all these just gross signs like
Always complicated and can't be remembered is less after 3 martinis.
Well, there's that.
I don't even know that that's really even the point at this point.
So you like the third base coast, Jaredon? Just
Yeah.
like steal home,
Yeah.
steal home.
Yes.
Like I said, talk to her, not slash her throat. Didn't you get the sign?
So
Okay.
I imagine Don has come up with some really complicated and
Actually, only one of them looks
signs
bad. The rest of them are okay.
for you guys to sort of try and remember.
Yeah, one only looks bad.
Is that a new weapon?
No, Matt, Matt, you did change it to bonded item rather than
Yes.
the mount, right?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on your recommendation.
So one of the signals is this.
That's a bad one.
It's worse in person where you can see the full body.
Is that a tug your sword out?
It is empowering your weapon with
The
Sounds
divine bond.
putting on your special holy essence. Is that what you're
Put
saying?
in either the flaming or the pluses to hit, or empower your weapon basically, however you want to. Now this is just detect evil. Okay.
Which will blind you half the time where we're at.
Yeah. This is smite evil.
Okay.
And what was I think those were the only 3 ones really.
Yeah, and then uh-huh.
No Lily Bunny food.
All I have to say is good luck remembering them because it was too complicated for me.
Those were 3
Yeah,
simple
those are
signals,
too
right?
complicated.
We'll do a quiz at the end of the night and see if I remember any of them.
The rest of us were all just vulgar and laughed every time he was telling to imbue his weapon.
Because Les could never get them.
I think I can't forget about anointing my weapon.
Believe me, you'll try.
Yeah. Of course, he was playing with a character or a person who didn't want to be there, didn't know much about the game, and was pretty much stuck in his phone until we were in combat. So,
Oh God.
You're talking about me?
well, yeah, but I didn't want to say your name. No, talking about someone else.
Okay.
We used to call those
Had to come
dice
up with something
back in
to
the-
like regularly remind this person how to actually play his character.
I'm trying to think of who that is.
Hopefully it wasn't you.
Justin.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We always called those in the 80s and 90s the dice thugs. They just show up to roll the dice. Yeah, just when something's a fight, they're completely offline. And there's the walkie-talkies. People want to walk around and solve people's problems and never fight anything. And there's the dice thugs.
Walkie-talkies and
walkie-talkies.
dice.
Yeah.
We played D&D one night with Doug's daughters, and his oldest daughter wanted to be a pacifist. First level, we met a bunch of orcs, and she wanted to go talk to them, and then was upset because they started hacking at her. She's like, why do we have to kill everything? Why can't we just talk to everybody?
A fantasy conscientious.
Otherwise, we'd go watch a Lifetime movie where you can kill stuff.
We need to get our rage out.
The Hallmark RPG didn't take.
I've only seen a few Lifetime movies, but there's a lot of rage in those. Where somebody.
Well, when Sally Field doesn't get her baby back, I mean, there's going to be trouble. You don't want to be in front of that.
So Les, I want to buy a bunch of mundane things, additional arrows, a disguise kit, grappling hook.
We're going to empty out him and I'm speaking for Jennifer because she's not here, and I'm sure she would be okay with this.
Okay.
They're going to empty out blunt arrows, cold iron arrows, and if someone can make some blunt adamantine arrows, those as well.
Why do we need blunts?
What's that? Blunts is because if you're using an arrow, there's so many things that can't be damaged by piercing.
By piercing weapons.
Okay, so
a blunt arrow fires half as far, but it's just got a big bulb at the end of it, not a point, and so it counts as a bludgeoning weapon.
It's kind of like when the cops shoot the BB,
it's kind of
bean bag at you.
Yeah.
And then the cold iron you want because an Illinois
They're susceptible to that.
with demons. About half of them can't be damaged completely if you're not using cold iron.
Okay.
Basically, they got a lot of.
It has to be a magic weapon or cold iron, right?
No, it's
Just-
usually
Just
cold
so you know, that adamantine is massively expensive and it costs an extra 60 gold pieces per missile.
iron. Yes.
Can we find Wolverine and bring him along with
It
us?
doesn't cost a whole lot more than the regular.
Yeah, well,
So you just be like, what's his name in The Walking Dead? Who only has 2 arrows ever, and just shoot the zombie through the eye, and then we'll get your blunt arrow and stick it back in your gross.
I played an archer in the last campaign we did on Friday night, and
Terrible.
he normally carried like 60 arrows with him, but he always carried about a dozen blunt arrows just for the encounter where we're fighting some golem or stone golem or something where the regular arrows wouldn't do much.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't use them much, but for anyone who's going to use a bow, you will want cold iron tipped arrows.
Okay. I'm talking about Daryl in Walking Dead. He's been wandering around this undead world for 10 years now. He never has more than 2 bolts ever with him.
and he uses those same bolts to shoot squirrels for dinner too. So that's
It's gross.
that
He's
is
always wiping on his
gross.
leg and putting it back in his quiver. Like,
So iron arrows are 2 times normal cost. So that's
So they're not really cost a whole lot. Yeah, the adamantine, we're not going to have a bunch of those, but you need at least a few.
Hey, Les, I just realized you didn't copy everybody on that email.
And I didn't want to. I was going to say that the contents of that email were for you guys only. You can share it if you want, but I didn't want to presume.
what's the
What-
secret?
What's in the email, dude?
What's the
What's
secret
in the
now? I
box?
want to know.
What's in a box?
I will share what happened to my character because I'm
What's in the,
Wait,
what's in
are
the
we talking about in
box?
this game or a different game?
this
No,
game.
this game.
Okay.
You remember when we left last time? The Queen gave everybody like little gifts. She had something for a bunch of people, and at the time she looked.
Not everybody.
No, I was out
Everybody.
cold.
She didn't like me. Probably she likes you guys better.
Well, she didn't have anything for Fletcher right away either, but she said she was talking to someone about giving a gift, and
And then she
an
put her
elven
hand out.
emissary. Yeah, an elven emissary came to visit me in a pub and gave me a gift.
So do we all eventually get something?
Cooties.
Yeah, you got something, Don.
Shut up.
Man,
I didn't forget anybody.
How many of you had? How many drinks have you had already?
None, and I won't be having any until I
Do you
get.
know how I play this guy?
Wait, what did I get? Did I forget to write it down?
You got the
We're
talisman
gonna try
of
it
true
again.
faith.
Wait, Les, we're gonna try it
Okay,
again.
good. I did write that down. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
wait,
Les,
what
we're
did
gonna
I
try it
get?
again.
Les?
So does
I don't
everyone get
remember
something
anything.
eventually?
I'm sorry.
So does everyone get something eventually?
Yes, everyone has something now.
There is no eventually.
Les?
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I don't remember anything. I was half asleep there in that last.
You got a talisman of true faith, which I will.
Which would tell you
Basically,
when you're
Madison
going to
was
do.
telling
I'm holding it for you. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
So hold on, I'll tell you what it is.
If you do something that you shouldn't be doing.
Basically, yeah, get out of evil free card. Not really, but
So I can do something bad, and then I just throw
So-
my diplomatic immunity.
yeah. So a talisman of pure faith
You're
turns into your holy symbol when you wear it around your neck. So that kind of thing. It can be utilized as a focus. It doesn't take a neck slot. If worn by somebody, well, never. Okay. As long as it is carried or worn, a talisman of pure faith functions as a phylactery of faithfulness, and in addition, it gives you a +4 bonus on concentration checks to cast spells impeded by planar traits. So
What?
yeah, so
I'm a paladin. I got like 2 spells.
well, they won't be negatively affected. Hold on a second.
That's amazing.
But no, a phylactery of true faith here. This is the important.
Is that where I keep my lich soul?
Yes, exactly. It's a
I
different
can't
kind
be
of
killed.
phylactery. So the wearer of a
I see
phylactery of
John got a
faithfulness.
familiar there.
Yep.
So the wearer of a phylactery of faithfulness is aware of any action or item that could adversely affect his alignment and his standing with his deity, including magical effects. He acquires this information prior to performing such an action or being associated with such an item if he takes a moment to contemplate the act. So basically, you're going to be a paladin. So this was given to Flashheart, Lothar, and Ilindar, I believe, right? No, just yes, Ilindar.
Ilindar didn't need one, but he got one anyway.
He got one anyway. So basically what it does is you're going to be a paladin in a city of demons. Lothar is going to be a good cleric in a city of demons. And what this does is it alerts you to anything that you may do, say, or encounter that could end up screwing you over with your deity so that you can protect yourself from having to go through the...
For example, I'm having an ale with my party, and this demonic wench comes over and invites me back to a big demon orgy.
yes.
A little voice, a little guy pops on my shoulder, goes,
Well, right. Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, that could be problematic for you
And
from a...
and Gato goes, ha ha, and
And then he's off to the orgy.
Come on, I'll see you guys later. I'll catch you guys in a couple of days.
See you at the orgy.
Oh wait, I gotta pick up some abyssal cocaine for the party.
You're snorting straight lava.
But yes, no, it takes you up, and plus it gives you a +5 bonus on your concentration checks when you do some sort of spell or effect that may have some sort of negative effect to you from being on a different plane. Make sense?
Yep. Thank you. Would you
So
mind
very,
dropping
very
dropping a
valuable.
link in our Roll20 so I can copy it onto my sheet?
Sure.
That way, I have a chance of not asking about it next week.
Well, we caught you while you were awake, so.
Yeah, I'm actually. I think I had too much caffeine late tonight, so I could be awake till all night. Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to also get this other piece here.
Your enduring faithfulness.
And then this is from the description, which I believe I sent out, but there you go. All right. Anything else besides Gato wanting an additional bonus?
That's not what I was talking about.
Exactly what you were talking about.
Just hoping you forgot. That's all.
You're not fooling anybody,
I was
Gato.
hoping he would make you believe I didn't get anything yet.
Well, and by the way, to finish up what I was saying was Fletcher got a really cool looking armband that he would be happy to show you. It's kind of a leather armband with a cool kind of caveman-esque drawing of a beast on it that lets him move faster, farther, and makes his natural attacks even nastier.
Nice.
I got a rock.
I got a rock.
You have to scream Captain Caveman before you use it.
Yeah.
Don, I can't believe you're complaining. Out of all of the stuff, I think you got one of the coolest things.
You shut up.
What is that? Oh, is that a...
And you
Oh,
keep
that's-
it in your left breast pocket, so
Then you-
don't
yeah.
know exactly where to look it for.
Yeah, because they're gonna. Yeah, you know what? It reminds me is like he's all worried that you guys are gonna find it. Only thieves worry about people stealing from them. Nobody else is like, you know,
And
it's like
caravan
everybody else. You got
guards.
paladins and stuff. Oh yeah, they're all looking to rob you while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, absolutely get what you need from a point of view from a mundane stuff. Those things, as long as you pay the freight to have like adamantine arrows or blunted arrows, things like that made, that's no problem. I don't know if you want to take the time to make any scrolls or anything with the existence. I'm assuming, Gordon, that you're going to go about the business of sort of getting the stuff for the portable hole, so that you guys have at least the, you know, some materials and raw materials and equipment that you need to make. I don't know what. So who has metamagic crafting?
I mean, crafting feats.
Yeah.
Bardo and Ilindar. Between them right now, I think have 4. We're eventually going to get all 5 of the common ones.
Okay, so you got, which ones you got?
We've got wondrous items, rings, arms and armor, and scrolls. Is that right?
Yeah, scrolls. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, they're like the Weasley brothers opening up their own joke shop here.
So I'm sure there's going to be a tunnel home come knocking on our door here soon. Actually, at that time of retirement.
Anything you can do for Paladin in terms of bulking up my 2-hit or 2B hit?
It depends on what you've already got.
I think we're pretty. I don't have. I just have armor and shield.
To be honest, once we get down there, paladins are very average fighters until they're fighting evil, and then they eclipse pretty much everyone. So whereas Fletcher and sometimes Storm has kind of easily eclipsed you in damage, once you're down in the abyss and you're fighting evil stuff, that will not be the case. So I don't think you need a ton of help offense, but yeah, defense you probably will.
That won't be the case again until you get to the point where you're giving everyone smite evil.
Right.
Then they're doing more damage than you.
Yeah, then they'll go back
to
to
again.
All right, I just moved
Not
into
doing it
a
because
director
you're
role.
giving-
Stand behind the party lines. Then, yeah.
So yeah, defense is probably where you would, if I were you, where I would concentrate. So I guess I need to know what armor you're wearing. Do you have rings of protection? Do you have natural?
I don't have any rings. I just have I have plate armor and a shield. I got nothing else.
What pluses are those?
3 and 2. 3 for the plate, 2 for the shield.
I think you're pretty defensed up as far as what we can give you.
Yeah, I think we were talking last time. The only thing that might have worked is like natural armor or something, right?
So you don't have any natural armor right now?
Nope.
I can easily get you a +1 of those, which would add 1 to it, and that I can do for almost nothing. I think that one just cost us a couple grand.
Anything that when it says Les says does blank blank hit, and I go, not thanks to my natural armor. Nope.
I love that part.
Yeah. Does 29 hit? Nope.
Actually, yeah. What's your AC right now?
Good question. I think it's 28, but let me double check.
Fletcher, what's your AC?
Could be 12 though.
Fletcher is 21.
Okay.
That goes down. when you're
Fletcher's
ready.
not meant to be our tank. Fletcher's meant to come in after someone else gets in the way and then annihilate whoever they're fighting.
And we did say that we were going to cast like natural armor offside.
Well, I think Farina has some stuff that she can give that last a decent amount of time.
She's got a +4 she can do.
Okay.
I'm 27, Mike.
Yeah, Gordon, is it Bardo that has the wondrous item, or is it Ilindar?
Yeah, Boros has the wondrous item. You've got
Okay.
the arms and armor.
So he'll have to make that one.
Hey, Les.
Mm-hmm.
While the little elves are working on neat gear and whatnot, I'm going to rely on looking at knowledge, religion, and knowledge planes to see if I can turn up anything that might be useful when we get down there in terms of understanding all the parties in play and understanding, exactly what my power might do or draw towards me and on a different plane. So I'll work on that.
Okay. So so I mean, you would still have your connection to Iomade,
Sure.
who is multiplanar. So that wouldn't necessarily be severed just because you're on the Abyss.
I think maybe knowledge plane is not the right word. I was going to use I max out and because of my charisma with diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I'll be fighting straight true evil, not everything I will encounter is true evil, right?
Well, so that's the thing about Alushinyrra as a city. It is remarkably
Populated by outsiders.
well, not it's not entirely populated by outsiders, but it has a lot of outsiders in it. So, Nocticula, whose name is going to bedevil me for the entirety of this book, is more. I mean, obviously she's a demon. She's obviously chaotic evil, but she's also very commercially focused. She's not historically taken part in the Worldwound attack. She has, really not been interested in all.
But she's also very nurturing.
She's also very nurturing.
Okay, so I guess with my diplomacy, I'm just looking of any exploits I can do. Not exploits is not the right word, but any ways to communicate that doesn't always lead to rolling initiative, right? So in terms of knowing what, as an ambassador of Iomade, do I have any standing here to coming down there, or anything I can bring to their side that is of value besides my life force?
Well, it's hard. It's hard to know. Yeah,
the court intrigues, or not intrigues. I guess protocols, I guess is the word I was looking for.
Well, certainly, I think you'd be able. I mean, certainly, paladins are not going to be thick on the ground when it comes to the city. You got to keep it in mind how big this place is. I think is one thing to say.
Sure.
So, this is the biggest city in the Midnight Isles, which is a fairly large area inside of the Abyss. The city of Alushinyrra has 6.5 million inhabitants, which is, easily, I don't know, how big is Absalom City? I mean, Absalom City, is Absalom the biggest city in Galarian?
Biggest trade city. It's probably the one that's probably closest to it, but I don't know how big it is.
Okay, Absalom, Pathfinder Wiki. Let's just take a look at them. City. So Absalom, which is considered a metropolis and is one of the biggest cities in Galarian, has just a little over 300,000 people. So
this is mind-bogglingly big.
This city is over 20 times the size of Absalom.
You're in the jungle.
It is the jungle, baby, and it is overwhelmingly populated by demons, tieflings, half-fiends. But then you have also about 1 million humanoids, and then about 500,000 what they call other, which are travelers from the prime material and other planes, not necessarily evil. This is more of a commercial city than and while it's definitely a city of demons, it's not. If you were a first or second level paladin, yeah, you'd be somebody's dinner pretty quickly. But as a 10th level paladin bearing a semi-artifactual weapon, you might be able. I mean, you're probably you feel confident that you're going to be able to hold your own.
I know what's going to happen is we'll be negotiating with somebody, and as Tiefling's going to be giving me side eye, like, Ray, look, come here. This is the guy who put a freaking sword right through my head up in Dresden, man. Get him.
Now, keep in mind that the likelihood of you guys meeting people that you have slain in the Worldwound is low. And part of that is because Nocticula has not allied herself with Baphomet and Descari, even though they've been sort of trying to court her, not only to allow unfettered access to the nyahydrian crystal mines, which she has not given permission to do, and yet Hyper-metropolis still seems to be mining them, but she, she would not she hasn't sent her armies into this. So she's just, everything that Xanther Vang's journal tells you is that Nocticula really has no interest in this whole Worldwound project that Baphomet and Descari have going on.
Okay. Hopefully we get to meet somebody that we sent down here.
I'm sure. Well, yeah. I mean, there's at least one.
Because we're after that one demon that's got the souls, right? So
Yep.
Well, I also remember that the hag rider, one of the riders for the hag that tried to make a deal with, and then he stabbed me in the back immediately. You know,
Oh yeah.
I told him that guy.
Which should
Frog and
be-
the scorpion.
which should be a lesson to paladins about making deals with demons.
Well, I killed him, and I told him I'd kill him again next time I saw him. So this is my opportunity.
That should be a cautionary tale, I think.
When the drow says don't make deals with them, that's probably a good idea. I want to go through some party booty stuff real quick just to get this, so I've got this accurate on my sheet.
I'm gonna send everybody a small gazetteer to Alushinyrra too.
Okay. I'm going to take 4,500 gold off of what we've got so we can get a total of 5,000 diamond dust. And then I'm writing it off my stuff. So then, Chuck, you need to add 5,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust to your character.
Okay.
Wasn't Diamond Dust? Wasn't he on Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Yes. As a matter of fact, he was.
You Screech, right?
Putting that in.
A porn movie or something?
Screech.
Yeah.
Screech, yeah.
Mike, I have a question for you. Like, just drawing from the old Lord of the Rings, if we're traveling around the abyss here, the one thing that seems the most helpful beyond unbelievably powerful magic items would be the elven cloaks of looking like rocks. When we have any ability to do something like that?
I don't know of anything that exists like that.
Okay, just wanted to ask.
There's no elven cloak of looking like a rock?
Okay, let me switch gears because, yeah, I was actually going to bring up addressing that. Ilundar does not see him anywhere remotely close to the leader of the party. He would actually see probably more Flashheart that, but he's going to recommend that while we're in the abyss, if there's anyone that talks to us, that Ilundar should at least pretend to be the face of the party. And basically, because he's really good at bluffing. And a drow in the abyss is
Lying is what you mean.
Then
Yeah, I think I'm perfectly happy with that. You do all the parlay and all the chit chat, and I'll do the dice thuggery. But I'm gonna dress Flashheart in some sort of a ragged Jedi type robe over his armor with a breakaway robe. So when shit goes down, he can get all holy roller looking.
we're gonna get you a Darth Vader like Halloween suit to wear over your armor.
Yeah,
That way you look evil until you start fighting. You can just rip the pajama thing off.
the breakaway dude Vader. Like, holy crap! It's a paladin.
So, but yeah. So okay, I just wanted to talk that up. So, back to the loot. So I got that. I'm taking off $2,000 because Bardo is going to make Flashheart a +1 amulet of natural armor.
Okay, thank you. So, is that something I have to wait for? Or should I something to put on my sheet now?
Go ahead and put it on your sheet. We're going to do it.
Yeah. It shouldn't take long to acquire.
No, that was going to take hardly anything.
Okay.
And then it was going to cost $6,000. So it's going to cost $3,000 to do Gado's blade. We've got the money right now, and I'd rather get that done now. So if everyone's okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
Gado's like, no. Oh, wait, yes, I want that.
I'm sorry, I heard the word Gato. Should I flame strike him now? Is that
Pretty much, yeah.
is that what you're
Yes.
asking?
Yeah. So I'm marking.
It's the only
that
way to be
off.
sure.
I was devoutly in prayers, and then I heard the word Gato and was like, flame strike. It just-
It was actually on the other side of Citadel Dresden, and he came running in the room. Wait a minute, we just have Gato? Hang on. Happened, a flame strike came down. Which all the rest of us are just, yep, okay.
What was that big flame from the sky? Oh, that was.
Yeah, there's people in the courtyard talking. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
God almost just said something, and Lothar flames.
I come out looking like Daffy Duck after he gets blown up in the black face.
beak sideways, yeah.
Explosive wings.
I didn't say it.
Those are just preliminary.
She's just getting warmed up. She's practicing. We got that. One thing I would like, but it does lose like $6,000 of our materials, and I'd actually give up that old crossbow I had if no one wants it to help most of the cost. But I'd like to get Storm Amulet of the Fist. Basically, the bad thing about having natural attacks is there's most spells that you would use to augment to make them holy or whatever else don't work on natural attacks. And I think we're going to need good aligned stuff down here. And so I was wanting to know if I could use that amount of money to get the Amulet of Fist to basically make her natural attacks holy.
Yeah, I'm all for pumping up the dragon.
Nice. Yes, I'm getting the thing you sent over. I'm going to print this to read it.
What? Did you have a question?
Nope, too late. Nope. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
It's gotta be right then.
apparently you missed the fact that I said I'm all about buffing the dragon.
Shut up!
And that's just because it took so long.
The one to grow on.
The slaps will continue until morale improves.
Or it could be like my mother used to say, you probably got away with something once, and so this is your payback.
This is your punishment for what I didn't find out about. Yeah. So first of all, does anyone want that +1 heavy crossbow of fire?
I thought you were melting it down or breaking it up for components.
Well, that's what I was going to do, but I wanted to make sure no one wanted it before I did that.
I can't imagine Farina needs it because she's got her sweet.
No,
bow.
she's got the holy bow, which is turned her into a force.
So,
I can't use the crossbow anyway. So.
And besides, fire, I think really isn't going to help us in the abyss. Most things are
Fire to the flame.
They're just standing. You shoot them, and they're just like, "Come on, dude! This is your first trip to the abyss."
It's kind of like attacking a duck with a bucket of water. It's not really going to do much.
Okay, because that gets right. Okay, then I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make those force. Or actually, I'm going to have. I think that falls under. Yeah, I think Bardo might have to make those.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you brought up the idea, since you guys are going to be on the road, as it were. There's the idea of breaking down magic items that you find in your travels and things like that into usable materials, which is now canon. So that's good. You can do that.
I'm actually going to implement that. I like those rules, so I'm implementing that in my campaign too, because
that was good.
It makes sense.
Yeah, disassembling magic items. I'm just punching it up here on our website. If you have a crafting feat, you can break down magic items of the type into constituent parts. If it's working, you get back 50% of its manufacturing cost and in sourceable materials. If it's broken or used up, you get 10%, and it takes 1 day per 10,000 of recoverable materials to disassemble them, and then you can only use those funds for the creation of new magic items.
Right. Nope, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that on the road, but I'd rather get as much stuff done here, so we don't start off with a backlog already of things we're trying to get done.
Cool. Can do.
What were you gonna make, Mike? What were you gonna make for Storm?
It's
Mighty Fist.
Mighty Fist, yeah. I think that's a wondrous item.
Yeah, that doesn't do holy though. It just does a enhancement bonus.
It does pluses, but you can change those pluses into whatever else you can spend pluses for. So you can like.
So if it's a +1 bonus, you can make a keen, for example.
You can make it keen instead.
You don't get both though.
Yeah, you don't get both.
Yeah.
But you can just make it. You can make a keen amulet of Mighty Fist, and yeah, there's no pluses to it, but it makes your natural attacks, keen.
If you're into that sort of thing. Which, frankly, it seems a bit of, pushing.
So, okay, then I'm going to take $4,000 off that, and then we'll use the bow to make the rest of it. So, all right, I just want to make sure I've got make that. So basically we're still got almost $9,000 in cash.
Do we want to throw some into scrolls for ready items? And so the reason I say scrolls is that we've gotten to a couple times in battles where we've run low on everything. That would have been nice to have a stack of scrolls.
I think that's a great idea.
I've got a bunch of scrolls already, and I mean, low-level spells are not that expensive. They're
No.
And as far as clerical scrolls go, I have 1 full heal and 1 blade barrier.
Oh, nice.
Now I don't know how it works I don't know if I have to create them and have the feats to do so because it's cleric magic.
no,
Yes.
you have to help.
You have to help. You have to be able to cast a
Or if I
spell.
can just help,
Yeah.
right? So,
But
if
you have
you-
to spend the same amount of time that it takes to do the.
right.
I
So,
can use my scrolls, but you have to spend the same time. working.
Basically, they're copying stuff down as you're telling them what to write, and you're
Right.
writing the.
And
that's-
to actually make the.
and that's fine. So if you want any scrolls of cleric magic, then I can help with that, provided it works that way, which apparently it does. So,
Yes.
So, hey, just out of curiosity, we've been sleeping in Farina's Sylvan Hideaway when we need to get away from things. Is that going to work down the abyss?
It will. Yeah, but I mean, you're going to be in an enormous metropolis city. You could probably just get a room at the inn.
Yeah, they're just like, hey man, who planted this tree right here in the middle of the street? I wonder what the demonic version of the Sylvan Hideaway is, like abyssal townhouse with a really strict HOA.
Hey Les, did you say it was 60 per bolt for adamantine?
60. It was plus 60. So whatever the cost is, which I
in an
think
individual
is,
bolt's like almost nothing.
yeah, it's almost nothing.
So
But yeah,
basically
plus
it's
60. It's basically 60.
Okay.
Per bolt?
Or per arrow, bolt, whatever you use.
Arrow.
Like I said, the only ones that would really need it. Actually, I don't know. Chuck, are you planning on doing, since you got that nice bow, are you planning on doing more archery?
if necessary, when I run out of spells, but I don't know this for certain, to be honest, but I think that the bow that I have will probably be okay all by itself.
I feel like
Because effectively, it's an Aristil version of the sword the paladin has. So it has powers I don't even know of yet.
I think we need like a mule with a mule covered with saddlebags full of scrolls, and we need one of those ball boys that runs out in the field to grab your arrows after you shot. Like send that little 10-year-old out there to grab it out of the dead demon and run it back to the party.
Are you kidding? That's going to be Elendar.
Hey kid, will you go out and get that thing?
Yeah, you know, like in the middle of the game with the ball.
Ellendar's running through all the combat, just like dodge, grabbing arrows, bringing them
the ball
back.
boys. Squire Jenkins.
Whatever happened to that kid?
Yeah, that 1,000-yard stare. Oh yeah.
The only question with Lothar's bow is how effective it's going to be against straight evil, because technically it does not seem at this point that it's holy,
Okay.
because it gets its pluses against unnatural creatures. Now, all those demons, or at least some of them, might count as unnatural creatures. I don't know. I mean,
Gotcha.
that remains to
Okay.
be seen, but it's not technically holy.
Okay.
Well, so yeah, so so you got to think of, so that question, that's a great question. From that question, you got to think back of Erastil. So Erastil is an old god, an agricultural god, a nature god. Demons are going to, yes, they definitely count as being unnatural. So like if you were using it to shoot a deer, that would be different. Right? Deer is a natural creature. If you, even to the extent that you were using it to shoot an orc, at least in the prime material plane and from Erastil's point of view, that would count as a natural creature too.
Right.
But a
Put
demon
a
definitely
mustache
is
on
not.
here.
Mustache, unnatural. But yeah, from the point of view of yeah, Erastil would definitely consider demons to be unnatural creatures.
Is Jennifer here? I see
I
an
don't
extra thing on
I don't
the.
think Gordon's even here.
Well, she sent some asking about the arrows, and I looked. She's actually on Roll20 now,
Oh, okay.
and there's
She's
two.
typing in chat, so
Okay, yeah, I just see
There's
both
a
of
Gordon-
their
Jennifer.
cameras are
Yeah.
focused. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, they're empty. So,
Okay.
but they must be there. So that's good.
We're here. We're both in my office. I'm having to switch gears from having a girlfriend visit that I hadn't seen in a while to I got to get some work done, but I'm at a point where I can kind of easily do it. So I'm here, but
Okay, great. All right. Just yeah, we didn't see you, so
I kind of had that. Yeah. Okay. So cool. Anyway, the question I just had was if specialty arrows would be worth investing in.
Yes,
Uh,
we talked about that earlier.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
We're getting
You're going to need at least 40 to 60, I'd say probably at least 60 that you just have in your pack that are cold iron.
I was trying to look up my cache when Gordon walked in because I was having a challenge opening the TOS.
Did you figure it out?
No. And did I hear, I'm not sure which one to click now. Did I hear it was 60 gold pieces per? Is that correct?
No, that's for the adamantine blunt ones.
Ah.
So you're not going to have that many of those. Do you have fletching? Like, do you have the craft?
Still.
I have the ability, I have a continuous flow of arrows through a feat or something. So I haven't worried about making arrows because I just have a continuous source, like a bag of never-ending arrows, essentially.
Because what happens when you shoot an arrow, a lot of times, especially if it's at something hard, the actual shaft will shatter or break on impact. But
That happens a lot with blunt arrows, especially if you have an adamantine or cold iron.
The heads, especially if it's an adamantine head, that's in good shape. It just, so those, you can actually, if after battle, if you find those and pick those all up, you can put another shaft on there and use those again, kind of like someone was given the...
Okay.
Before you got here, I was recommending that we get some NPC squires to run out and retrieve your arrows from you, each of these bodies, since they're so valuable now. But then my phylactery of faithfulness reminded me that's an evil idea. I can't just suggest this into the paladin.
No, it was just...
So, okay, can the archer ask a couple of dumb questions?
Please.
So the
Don't line to
adamantium
that.
blunt arrows, I mean, is that something that just does damage but doesn't kill?
No, what it does is there's lots of things, especially if you're hitting something hard, like a stone creature or a golem, like a iron golem or something hard like that.
Some creatures are immune to piercing damage, yeah.
Yeah, that will have
Bludgeoning damage, right.
or they're immune to that, or they're only affected by bludgeoning.
Your
And
range is half your range, though.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that makes sense.
that's always been one of the downsides of being an archerman. You can build and do tons of damage, but if they're immune to certain things, then it doesn't really help you much. So you won't use these hardly at all, but having these available is going to be key for whenever we have it one time where we really need you to
Back in a minute.
So
And I need to start picking them up, is what I'm hearing.
right.
And they're adamanthian. Am I saying that correct?
Adamantine, yeah. And I'm going to give you, we're going to start with you 10 of them because it costs us 600 gold to do that.
So I have in my treasury here, which like all my characters, I don't take care of it all because Gordon usually does.
Mhm.
But this one, I have 1,000 gold, period. Like, I have no idea whether that's accurate or...
I'll hold it.
Sure you
That
do.
1,000 there, we're going to use the party funds to do this. So I've taken 600 out of the party funds. You need to put down 10
Got it.
adamantine arrows and then probably 60 cold iron arrows.
How much were the cold iron ones?
Those are just barely more, but like double the cost of regular arrows, which regular arrows, you get like 20 of them for like a gold piece or something like that. So
Not even. It's like it's like a silver piece.
yeah, they don't cost really.
Yeah, it's cheap.
So 2 silver per arrow at 60 is 120 silver. What is it? 100 silver per gold?
10. So that's 12 gold.
Okay. Okay, so 60 of those babies.
Because a lot of demons require you to either be good or cold iron or both.
Can you can you align cold iron arrows to be good?
Well, your bow is a holy bow, so
Oh,
everything that comes off of it is aligned good.
Automatically. Awesome.
So if you do the cold iron, that should cover you for pretty much any demon you'd come across.
Okay.
I'd only use the cold iron if you think your arrows aren't doing max damage. A lot of them with just your holy, that's all you'll need.
But if I
there's some
feel
tougher
like
ones
they've got a DR resistance, then that's the time to pull it out.
and that's the
Okay.
time to start using those.
Okay, thank you. Verina's excited. Dun, dun, dun. Are we mostly traveling and plotting and planning tonight, or are we actually going to get into it?
It depends on you guys.
I think
They
we're
are.
about to take
So
off.
the Queen Galfrey has sent riders out to where she believes the nyahydrian distillery, the manufacturer place is, which she believes is right here, in this immense ravine that is probably a little over a week's ride away. So you've got basically you're filling up those days until they get there, scope out the place, and set up essentially a teleportation station. A teleportation spot which wizards here back in Citadel Drazen can use to send you guys there so you don't have to ride out there. The idea being that these scouts can get there undercover, they can scope out the place, and they can
find us a safe place to teleport into.
Yeah, basically get you there. It would probably be, some distance away, but.
So this is a good place for Farina to get some of her herbs restashed.
Absolutely. In fact, if when you guys going down there, the likelihood is that you're not going to be back at Citadel Drazen for a long time.
Yeah, that's why I'm wanting to make sure we got everything that we can't create on our own.
Unless things go very poorly.
So do you want me to just send you a list of what I buy in the way of herbs and whatnot?
Sure. Yeah, that would work.
Is pretty much everything available here in Drazen?
Yeah, I think so, or at least even to a lesser extent available sort of in the region. What you probably would end up doing for certain things that are not going to be widely available is sending word to Horgus Guerm. There are essentially supply caravans coming up from the south every couple of weeks, and one will arrive while you guys are in Citadel Drazen, but before they get to the distillery. So just for sake of making things easier, you can get word to that supply caravan to bring what you need on the next trip, so it can make their to Citadel Drazen.
Okay, I'll just get you a list then, Les.
Okay, sounds good.
Les, the stuff in the portable hole, that's all just stuff to make magic items, right? And
yeah, you haven't basically you worked with Arish Vinial to sort of put together all of the things that are available that you could need to try and manufacture things. Now, certain things you're just not going to be able to do without special, like Don pointed out earlier. You can't put a forge in there, right? So, so you're not going to be able to probably make rings, where you would need without other requirements. But
potions, we could buy, if we thought we might need rings, we could buy some masterwork, basically effective masterwork rings here, just plain masterwork, nice looking rings.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to get a couple.
Right. If you
we can enchant
buy the rings already of the quality you need, then you can enhance them.
Right. So that's probably a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
So I'm going to spend, what do you think, 2 or 3 rings? Because they're going to cost 300 gold pieces a piece.
Yeah, get 3.
Okay, so I'm going to take 900 off of the party booty.
Get
Gordon. Go ahead and get a couple of empty chests in there also, where we can keep things we find.
Right.
Yeah, and Mike, get some cloaks and some like belts and stuff like that too. Stuff that we can use to make magic items.
Oh, wondrous items, yeah.
Boots and cloaks, and
I would say 2 of each of those. And I'm gonna, since you're doing the portable hole thing, I'm gonna let you keep track of all the stuff we've got inside the portable hole.
Yep.
Will you send me an inventory of all that when you get it written up?
No.
How are we supposed to cheat if you know what we got?
Well, see, it does make it more complicated. Admittedly, you have to use your criminal mastermind abilities to sort of put that through, or wait until I'm drunk.
Right. Now there's no such thing as masterwork clothing, so I think the boots and the belts and all that, you just need to have a nice looking set of boots, nice looking belt.
Figure double book price for that. Since you're right, I don't think you can
double. Yeah, I would outfit whatever you want, which is twice the cost of whatever it costs. But I know it's specific. It has to be masterwork if it's a weapon or armor.
Right.
So if you want to put down, like I said, the 3 rings and then whatever else you put in there, and then that's what you can send to Les.
Okay.
Yes, I sent you a note.
Okay.
I intercepted it. I say it's okay.
Let me see. I like you. You like me.
Check here.
Check this box. What? Where did you send me a note?
Roll 20.
Oh, okay. I do not see it.
I'll just say it out there. I don't know where it disappeared to.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
There you go. Okay. I just figured everyone would be a stranger in a strange land. There might be some targets of opportunity that Iomade wants me to put down.
I mean, you're gonna probably do some, do some various religious training and things of that nature, and that kind of, or not training, but like low-level divination, praying for guidance, that kind of thing. And basically, the feeling you get is that the future is so in flux that it would be difficult for her to say to give you any sort of specific targets as to where anybody's going to be at any one time. She doesn't control these guys. Don, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I know. I was just correcting my misspell before.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Les,
Okay.
I'm gonna have a real heart-to-heart with Iomade. Like, Iomade, I'm your guy. I'm your boy, right?
Man, but she's got a lot of guys.
Are you telling me in a history of Iomade-ness that there's not one anti-paladin that used to be one of your boys that flip side that might be down there running a surf shop or smoke shop or something?
Oh, believe me, there are literally millions of creatures in Alushinyrra that Iomade would love to see destroyed.
I think, yeah, if you actually go to Iomade and say, is there anyone particular you want me to get rid of while I'm down there?
She's going to say Baphomet.
No, she's going to say yes.
If you could take out Baphomet for me, that'd be great.
There's only two names on the list. It's Gato and Baphomet.
No, I mean, basically, she's like, the future is so uncertain that there's no way I could give you a specific answer to this question. Basically, the fact that you are going there is what I want. That you are, in this, you are serving my purposes by serving Queen Galfrey's purposes.
I better get a good LinkedIn notification on this.
You'll get a recommendation as per usual. Can you imagine? It's Crusader LinkedIn. Yeah, this guy, he personally ran away from the Battle of Dresden, Citadel Dresden, and wet himself outside of Valareth Ford, and do not hire. But yeah, send me what you guys are taking with you. But yeah, I mean, essentially, you spend several days just sort of preparing.
We've got 13 so far. We're at 13 days worth of crafting. No.
Really? Because they'll get there before that.
No. 13 days, man days. So we've got two of us that are crafting, and
okay.
And Bardos can do a day and a half each day. So I don't want to do the math, but
hey, Mike, weren't we talking about this? We're going to a big city here. Aren't there trade goods that we can bring there that would help?
Sure.
This is all for us, right? The stuff you're making.
It wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea to sort of pretend you guys are merchants. This is a commercially focused city of 6.5 million creatures, mostly demons and tieflings and fiends. But it's an open city on the Abyss.
I might be channeling a little Weber Jix here, but I'm also saying it's an opportunity to move some items to the Abyss
so
that
doing the math is 5.2
are not too common. We make a good little coin on. And spread it around and influence.
There you go.
Yeah, probably all those evil weapons we destroyed because we didn't want anybody using them. Those probably would have sold really well there.
Yeah. The talking weapon, yeah.
Are you saying that the Paladin's conscious thing just went off?
No. No, actually, it wouldn't. I mean, using commercial enterprise as a sort of a cover.
Right. Mike, you've got the ring for safe passage, right?
Yes.
Can we ask
you posed as the caravan leader, the head merchant?
Yep.
The paladins could then be guards also.
Paladins are the do-gooders I swindled into helping me.
Well, Don, you already have caravan experience, right? So.
Oh, I'm going to be a guard also.
But yeah.
So can we go to Ruchelet and ask her what
what would be valuable there? Yeah, absolutely. So she would
cream, I'm guessing.
Well, so basically, yeah. So I mean, the question is, what's valuable there is things that they can't get, right? So you're talking about primarily, like in some cases,
baby sheep.
foodstuffs that are from the prime material plane that could not be grown in the abyss. Yeah, halflings.
So what I would say is when we do head off for this forge, if we put a lot of that stuff in the portable hole, then when we get into the abyss, we'll find some carts, take it out of the portable hole, put it in there so it looks like trade goods, and go our merry way.
Could we bring the carts in the hole?
Frankly, wines and liquors that are made on the prime material plane that cannot be made in the abyss would be considered valuable.
We want it in
Frankly,
the portable hole now, so it's easy to carry. But once we get there, we want it in a cart, so it looks like we're merchants.
Right.
where are you going to get a cart?
Well, they'll have a cart or something at this forge we're going to.
How big is this hole? Can't we put the cart in the hole?
It's
No,
6
no.
by 10. It's 10 foot deep and 6 foot in diameter.
No, yeah,
It's got a bunch of laboratory shit in it, like magical laboratory stuff.
We dump that stuff out.
We're hoping the refinery has something we can use.
The refinery will have something that they use for supplies.
I mean, they've got to get the stuff there.
True.
So,
We're going to repurpose it.
And one of the things is that you learned in the course of that is nyahydrian crystals cannot be teleported.
So we need a wheelbarrow and a Holocaust cloak. Got
They
it.
have to be physically moved, yeah. So, other things that Arushale would tell you would be valuable in the abyss. She would mention that in Alushinyrra, I'm going to fuck that up for forever too. There are humans, of various alignments, including some good humans, so who do commercial endeavors with them. So, slaves would be valuable. Various kinds of delicacies from home. Anything that wouldn't be widely available.
Pickled hooves, pickled pig's hooves and stuff like that.
Certain metals, I think silver especially is prized there and is not widely available on the abyss.
So that seems like readily available for us to pick up some bulk silver, and maybe some baubles. What do we call these? Gifty bauble types, right? That we can.
I thought you were going to say bobbleheads.
Yeah, bobbleheads, demonic bobbleheads. Queen Gallifrey.
Love potions, sneezing powder, that gum that turns your lips black. All those things would be very valuable in the abyss.
I would bring joy buzzers, but they already have those in the abyss.
Oh yeah.
So
demons love pranks.
Yeah, if we're on board with that, we'll get some wines and foodstuffs. I don't think a paladin can bring a pile of slaves down to the abyss.
Well, you just asked her what I mean. So the Drow are. So Ilindar would probably say this, and he'd be like, "I understand," but the Drow. Oftentimes, he would know, not from personal experience, but oftentimes when Drows raid the surface lands, they do so for the capturing of slaves. Some of which that they keep, some of which they shop to various underdark constituencies like mind flayers and Kulatoa and stuff like that, and some of which they transfer off plane. Your suspicion, and Lothar maybe would even point this out, is that probably you guys remember the Battle of Canebras, right? So you guys were fighting down there, and there was a lot of people who were captured and sent back to the Worldwound if they weren't eaten outright. These people were essentially transferred to the abyss as slaves, food, whatever. So there is a
slave or my food? Can we qualify this?
Yeah, it's the old pictures of what is it when you raise rabbits, you got two choices: meat or pet. So same principle. So yeah, it could. I mean, as Ilindar would tell you, the Drow have been known to shift excess slave inventory to other places on the plains.
You could bring them a pile of dead crusaders. We have lots and lots of dead crusaders buried at Dresden, but not so many live slave types.
No. And I'm pretty sure if you're trying to bring in live slave types, that would be the little thing on your shoulder tapping on you saying
that could put you. I like that.
First, not risking any children. Okay, got that. No slaves. Come on,
if some of us, like Farina, were to pose as slaves, that would be okay.
Theoretically, sure. I mean, it would certainly be good cover.
I feel a flame strike coming on.
Or
Gato just
I
wants
don't
to.
know.
I'd like to see Gatto try that.
I'm not saying you have to be one. I'm saying that that's an option.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting this? Are you actually suggesting this to Trina right now?
I am suggesting that
Roll
some
initiative.
of us could pose as slaves. I would be willing to do it.
How much does a blunt adamantine arrow hurt, actually? Yeah, as soon as Gato shows up with that
Depends
gold
where it
bikini,
hits. If it hits you in the noggin.
you've got this spare gold bikini you have in one of your side pockets. You're like, why don't you just try this on?
Princess Leia outfit.
Yeah. No
I
judgment.
didn't say that.
I just want to be clear. You did say that you're suggesting that I should pose as the prisoner in this whole escapade. Nobody else but me.
No, I gave you as an example. I could do it also. Lothar could do it.
Okay.
You know.
Gato's a shitty caravan guard, so he'd be a great prisoner.
Well, when you guys found him, he was already a prisoner. I think he just wants, you guys have seen him tied up. He just wants to see you guys tied up. That's all.
Honestly, if she would
And
go
for
for
tat.
it, just real sidebar. If she would go for it, Arushale would be the best possible prisoner we could bring down to the abyss there, right?
Illidar, you want to respond to that?
I would say she would have to be a
Illidar would be all
voluntary,
jokes about
a voluntary mission.
Gato
for her.
until you mention that one. Then he's no.
Yeah, then he's all like,
No, suddenly
Now-
serious.
Yeah, suddenly he's very serious.
you could probably, if this comes up, you could probably tell them what Arushale, said to you and about her ability to go there.
What? Oh, what? Don't touch me there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a different one.
Don't go there.
Um,
Hey, baby, want to lose a level?
he cannot. Yeah, she would actually be a hotter target than a paladin of Iomade down there.
Right. I was going to say, only she wanted to go on herself on her own because she had other unfinished business she wanted our help with. Otherwise, I can't imagine us being able to pull off a slave type program.
He's got about as much desire to go back there as Elendar has to go back to the Underdark.
Got it. Okay.
And
So
but
I
that
think
means
we
zero.
stick with the trade goods then, silver and wines and
Which, oddly enough, Illendar is going to have to do anyway.
Yeah.
Ewok pills.
Or he could send you guys. Maybe he's just like, you guys go without me. I'll catch up.
You guys take care of that. That'd be great. I'm gonna sit back here and
That'd be great.
So,
manage some Dresden stuff.
so what Gato would honestly propose for cover would be Illendar would be the caravan leader, the head merchant. I think Fletcher and Flashheart would definitely be guards.
Sure.
I think Lothar could pass as a consultant, the bookkeeper type guy, something like that. And Farina and Gato could be like the teamsters driving the wagons.
Yeah. I think
That
that's
way we could have weapons readily available, but we wouldn't be showing weapons. It's hard to show Flashheart and Fletcher as anything else but martial characters because of the armor and weapons they have.
Right.
So Arushale would tell you that
Being
the bearing of martial weapons on the streets is completely allowed in Alushinyrra.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
So
It's not like you're gonna have to deal with like any peace knot bullshit or anything like that.
no.
that would be funny. You said demons love pranks, so yeah, that's the first thing I do.
Welcome to the demonic city of Alushinyrra.
Where's the peace knots?
You're gonna have to tie your peace knots up because we don't allow fighting.
You guys probably don't remember this, but Bardos actually was kind of raised by a what are the gypsy type people? Parisians.
Parisians, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got. He's got a background of being a caravan person and selling things.
See, you and
on
me, we're
wagons.
good.
He actually takes on a dress as a Parisian merchant. He can fit right in.
Hey, Gordon, real quick, add to your list of things you got. After we're said and done with everything, we've got 6,000 worth of materials to build stuff with.
And how much are you guys investing in trade goods?
Erase it from mine. Okay.
Yep.
Mike,
Yep.
should we spend a couple of thousand of that for trade goods?
No, the money I just gave him, that was actually components to build magic items. It's basically.
Okay, so what about trade goods?
We've still got $8,000.
Oh, okay.
Let's put
that we can buy stuff with if we want to.
let's put 2,000 to that then. I think that seems like a credible amount, don't you think?
Yeah.
How much ingots of silver can we get for and with wines and cheeses and stuff?
We want to get wine and stuff is what
For
we want.
$2,000, I think a couple of cases of wine, a chest full of ingots, some rare liquors. I mean, you could put together a respectable amount. Something. I mean, you would not. I mean,
we want to do non-perishable stuff.
Right. So
like
it would
wines,
be
the liquors, things like that would be valuable there, but aren't going to spoil or anything.
Yeah, we're not looking to make a profit per se. We're looking to spread our influence around. Like, this is our first stop. We're planning to come back. You know, this is like the establishing the trade route kind of gear.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that would be easy. A 2,000 gold piece would fill a respectable cart.
Okay. Done.
Okay, I'm converting most
How
of
many
the
silver pieces a day do we get, Mike, for our caravan guarding duties? I want at least 5 silver pieces a day, right?
Okay, I'll give you 10 silver pieces a day.
Wow.
And
Suck another caravan
and a swift kick, you know.
He gives a finger to the sky. Screw you, Iomade. I got a new job.
This one pays.
This one pays cash money. Throws radiance down in the dirt. I'm going to the abyss.
All right. I've now got my party booty list all cleaned out, and it's just got money left on it, because that's all we've got now.
All right. How much you got left? $6,000?
It is, you want the exact number? It is, okay. Got too many screens up. Actually, 6760.
6760. Okay. So
which most of that's going to be in platinum, so it's easy to carry.
Okay. So that would even in platinum. 6760 would be.
When all the platinum, it's 676.
676.
That's
Yeah, I mean.
Pounds or no, it's 12 pounds.
Yeah, you could put that in a chest.
Yeah.
You're gonna take it with you to the abyss?
Is there somewhere like a bank we can put in to get a nice interest rate return?
Interest rate.
Like
well, not so much. I mean, I don't know. Not really. I mean, you could. It may take. I mean, you'd have to look around.
Put it in a chest in the portable hole, so we'll have it if we need it, but it's not flashing.
Yeah, we're gonna be around a lot of CD types. You know, like an entire plane of them.
Like Gato.
CD types. He refers to demons as CD types. I like it. From now on, they're not demons. They're just CD types.
Okay.
Like Gato.
Like Gato.
Like Gato. All right.
All right.
You guys don't trust me.
As we grab you and shake you upside down, it's like a cartoon. Like more stuff falls out of your pockets than what your physical body can hold.
Like
And you make
Germany.
silly suggestions,
The whole Daffy Duck thing. It's like a big pile.
like binding Farina's wrists. Those suggestions don't help you at all.
He's just doing his best. He's awkward. He's socially awkward.
Socially awkward.
He's still recovering from the PTSD of being in, the captured by the demons and all that kind of stuff. He'll get there. Don't worry. He'll come around.
Demon was nothing compared to what Farina looks at me at.
Hey, we were doing pretty good till that last comment.
It was a suggestion for someone.
But when you pulled out the
Manacles.
the plush, shackles, and
It's got the
you had
handcuffs.
one of them on her before.
With the gold bikini. Yeah, I heard about the gold bikini.
Yeah, Princess Leia.
That was you,
Gato
right?
did not mention that.
I thought I heard Gato say that.
It fell out of your pocket as you were walking over to handcuff her.
Matt would never say anything like that. That had to be your character, Don.
I am.
Even if he thought it would be like, ah.
So, Les, you know Jack Esslinger, right?
I do.
Oh, and Gordon does and everything. Jack and I were roommates at Eastern Illinois for a while, and
That's why he's the way he is.
well, when he would, the first semester, a lot of people didn't know him and everything, but we'd be sitting around someplace, and he's like, "You want to know what Don's thinking?" And he'd say something that would get me in trouble. And I'm like, God damn, because they're all like, "Well, that sounds like Don." I'd get pissed because Jack was thinking it too. That's why he knew to say that.
I can just see Jack in a party. He's like, "Hey, you know what'd be fun? Let's go out and murder some hobos." Don was thinking of it.
What year were you guys at Eastern in a dorm?
83. Not in a dorm. We had an apartment.
In an apartment.
You have a stereo and a big pack of ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
Too.
The stereos with the individual components and the big rack with the glass door.
You had to like fake your death every couple of years so the BMG or Columbia Music House guys couldn't find you. Like Matt Meadow, no, he died in a skiing accident.
I still owe those guys like $12.
This was Mark Martin.
All right, so you guys get it's about 6 days that you guys are sort of chilling at Citadel Drazen. You get an extra day, get those kind of things done, and you get all this stuff. When the call comes in, the Outriders, the Scouts, have found the distillery. They think that they haven't been seen. They have set off a place in an arroyo, which is just maybe about a mile and a half away from what they believe to be the gates. They've scoped it out a little bit. They have seen some traffic in and out of there. A couple of rocks. In one case, a squad of what looked to be some sort of demonic troops had come through the ravine and out of that, but they don't think that they have been spotted, and they think that it is safe for you guys to tell.
Okay.
Is everyone prepared?
How many days was it? How long did it take them?
About 7.5, 8, a little less than 8 days.
Okay, because it took, I don't even heard the math, it took less than 5.5 days for Bardo and Ilndar to create all this stuff that we needed to. It was only 3 items.
Okay.
But,
All right, so you guys had plenty of time.
yeah.
All right, cool. So it's about mid-November, and you guys are all ready, and they call you into a hall in Citadel Drazen where, as it turns out, Arash Vilniel, that same magic user from Canebris, who's now taken up residence in Dresden, is doing all the preparations to teleport you guys to that spot.
I detect evil on him.
He's not evil. He is actually quite good.
Ooh.
And
Just asking because we know that demon's still out there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Suspicious of
when you're talking about Jerabeth?
Yes.
Yeah, she
What
does.
happened to her? Did she ever come into the city?
Yeah, Les is low.
She did not come into Dresden, as far as anybody knows.
Yeah.
Now, Dresden, as Mike pointed out, Dresden has that 10-mile radius thing where it has a negative effect on demons. So when they get close, it doesn't keep them out. It's not like a barrier, but
or anything.
they do get, it's not a forbiddance, but they do suffer from it, and that's the presence of the Sword of Valor hanging up in the Great Hall in the Citadel. But so theoretically, Jerabeth could have come to Dresden. To your knowledge, she has not. And Arushale certainly would tell you that she hasn't detected her.
She is a shapeshifter. She has ability to alter her form, right? Or,
she does, definitely, yeah.
Right, so I'm suspicious that anybody's about to teleport me, and a transporter accident could happen. Double check.
It would, yeah, I would. I mean,
I guess evil too, right? Because you detected evil on her before, and you didn't.
You detected evil on her and did not detect evil, so she somehow she can hide stuff. So, are you willing to take the trip?
I'll go first. Is that everybody going at the same time, or can we go?
Yeah, it's basically like the
transporter
room. They're gonna think. So basically, what happened is these guys. The Queen sent out scouts, outriders out, and to get to that place, scope it out. They set up an area that is sort of scryable by Arash Vilniel And then what he can do is he can send you there, and the chance of a teleport error is much lower.
Yeah, it's like 7-8%. What are you crying about? All right, I'm ready. I have radiance drawn, ready for the inevitable ambush that I'm always looking for.
All right. Is everybody else ready?
Yep.
Ready to go.
Okay. All right. They can send you in groups. So boom, boom. It doesn't take long, and you guys find yourselves back out in the wilds of the Worldwound. This is a place you've never been before, and you are in essentially at first feels like a big valley, but you realize that it is an immense ravine, nearly 2, probably 3 miles across. And you can see on either side there's these huge sort of cliff walls that go up 120 feet to a more, the more level area. So you guys are like underground. You remember how you went, in the Ivory Temple, you had to kind of go down into the ravine? This is similar kind of thing, only much wider, a much bigger place. You can see the guys there. I mean, they're dressed as sort of like in Bedouin style, dun-colored cloaks and all these things to sort of keep themselves from being seen by the overflights of rocks and stuff like that. And basically, they'll brief you and they say, look, we've been watching the place. It's down there about 1.5 miles. We've been keeping an eye on it back and forth.
Look, you teleported Gordon and Jennifer. They're no longer at their seats anymore.
They can hear us. They just don't have the camera on themselves. So they'll tell you that they've seen over the last couple of days, they've seen a couple of things. One, they've seen several overflights of rocks. Now they managed to not see them, but in certain cases they were flying pretty low. Were obviously what they gave you the impression that these were sort of routine patrols, but they weren't. These guys weren't seen. Second, they did see what looked to be about a platoon of demons come out of the area where the gate for this place is. Not sure what they were up to, but it was like 20, a combination of like bearded devils and barbed devils came out in a platoon, and they headed south. So it might be a squad of reinforcements of some sort that had come through from the abyss through this manner rather than being summoned. Come through the gate. It could be that Hyper-metropolis, in addition to smuggling nyahydrian crystals into the prime material plane, is also smuggling demon soldiers through her gate, so that they won't suffer the same problems associated with summon breach. But that's all the things that they've seen, and they'll take you closer, sort of undercover, and they'll let you, they've got a spyglass, and they'll let you look through it. And basically what you see is an even lower place in the ravine. So there's basically, it's like there's the ravine, there's the sides, which are like sort of the plateau, and then down in the ravine, which is about 120 feet down, and then as you get closer to this thing, there's like a depression, and into this depression you can see it's a pretty wide spot, but it looks like there's a big set of double doors sort of set into the side wall of stone. There's like a big hump of stone that sort of looks like it goes down into the earth. There's these big doors that go in, and they're like, that's the spot. You don't see any activity around these doors.
Do we have somebody stealthy check us out?
Do you have anybody stealthy?
Well, Otto is super stealthy.
Okay.
You said Otto the cat?
I apologize. Otto is super stealthy and glad to help.
Okay. So what do you do? You send Otto over there to just sort of like sneak around?
That's the goal.
Would he like some company?
He would love some company.
That's the time you change your present sounds to like sinister ravine sounds.
Gato.
Yeah, I got to change them.
Gato will go with Otto.
Okay, give me...
Otto didn't say he wanted Gato to be company.
No, Otto likes to be where Gato is. Well, let's put this another way. Farina likes Otto to be where Gato is. So that works out splendidly.
Okay.
Now, am I not on the right map? I'm looking at the hexagons still.
No, you guys are still on the hexagon map, so I'm moving these things over. So go ahead, give me the stealth rolls, and we'll get that sorted out.
Oops, sorry about that. Let's see here. If at some point me playing becomes too cumbersome because I'm not going to be as quick as normal, let me know and I will drop off. I'm trying to do more than one thing tonight.
Oh, no worries.
No worries.
There we go,
That
32.
candy's not going to crush itself.
32, and Gato rolls a 24. All right, you guys approach more closely, and you can see that there is a. I mean, it's just like you saw from afar through the scope. There is a large. Basically, you're in the valley. There's a sort of like a more, for lack of a better term, there's a big sort of hump in the middle of the ground, but it's small. And so what you see is like there's this depression in front of it. The double doors are sort of set into this stone, but you can tell that they're set from an angle, so it looks like whatever is on the other side, it goes down into the earth. Is your guess. So you're guessing that this thing is more into the ground than above ground. It's not like the temple where it was like going into a like sort of directly into the side. This looks like it actually angles down, and the doors are sort of cocked that way. But yeah, you don't see any activity. Give me a survival check. Oh, are you going right up to the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the survival check for, Les?
For looking at tracks.
Yeah, I'm not. I hope. Did you roll already, Gato? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the
Make
floor of this depression is pretty sandy, but the wind has obscured any tracks. At least from your eyes, you can't really tell.
It doesn't really make sense. Can't he like scent it out?
Oh, there's a lot of scents.
Yeah. So would that be
all
a
of them
survival
ugly?
check? For an animal, is that a survival, or would that be something different?
For Otto, it will be a perception check.
Perception for Otto.
Yeah, and you got a 32. So Otto would be catching a lot of different scents. None of them are what he would describe as people scents. He doesn't smell people here. It's basically demons. He smells demons. But there's also another scent that he gets very distant, which he can't identify. He would characterize it as
foreign,
something burning, or ashes.
So as this is happening, Farina is sitting with everybody with her eyes closed, so I can see through Otto's eyes, and I am describing. Yes.
You're just sort of snuffling around and getting these scent pictures, and you see Gato sort of up against the door, and he's checking it, and he's being really stealthy to sort of and he's looking at it, and you can.
But I share with Bardos and everybody, Elendar, and I share what I'm, the smell of something burnt. Mostly demons, because burnt means nothing to me, but maybe it'll mean something to them. So I'm just going to share all this with them.
Okay. Gato, you do not, frickety frack, you do not hear anything inside, but you also do not detect any traps on the door either.
Okay.
These doors feel like heavy stone doors.
Is it locked?
Doesn't seem to be. I mean, you don't see any sort of locking mechanisms. You try and sort of like push it a little bit, or
I'm gonna open it just slightly.
Okay.
That was a 16 for Otto too. Does Otto hear anything at 16?
Well, here's a stone sort of is like.
Okay.
As it opens up a little bit, and the stone is sort of scraping against each other, but you do open it up a little bit. And it gives you a chance to sort of peek in. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there light in there? Is it lit?
Yeah, let's go ahead and.
Curiosity is going to be the end of Otto and Gato.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna just go ahead and switch maps.
And you know, in Farina's mind, whose fault that will always be.
Oh, yes. Stupid Otto.
All right, so you crack a little bit of the door open, and Gatto, you are right up here. Everybody else is sort of
Backed off a bit,
they're
yeah.
still backed off a bit, so I'm just going to put you in front there. I'm going to move Fletcheroo to the back and Otto sort of next to you. You open the door a little bit. You're a little bit in, but what you see is a pretty substantive stairway down. It's a flight of stone stairs. It leaves sort of down into like a it's hard to see, but it looks like an octagonal chamber. You don't see anyone in there.
But this is the foundry.
That's what, yeah. So this is the location of the foundry. This was what the scouts said. They saw people coming in and out of here.
Otto, do you want to go down to the bottom of the stairs here and take a smell?
Sure. Do I need to roll another stealth, or am I good?
You do need to roll another stealth.
If I roll a bad stealth, can I say no, I don't want to go?
Sure.
I can't control my icon either, Les.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's because we're on different computers, I'm sure.
That's probably it. Let me get that sorted out for you.
I'm going to go ahead and roll a perception too when I get down there.
Okay, try now. Let me check Otto to make sure that he's.
No.
Nope.
I
Okay.
cannot.
You're trying to move Otto. I did your Farina
Yeah,
first.
Farina's moving around.
Try now.
Farina's petting the dragon.
Okay. All right. So 16 stealth and 24 perception.
Yep.
Okay. So you go down there and you.
Oh, that's backwards. I'm sorry. 24 stealth, 16 perception.
Okay. There's a multitude of scents in here, and it's hard to detect. They all sort of move together and melange together. You do see that there are a couple of sets of other sets of stone doors. One sort of off to your left, one straight ahead and downward into the thing. There is a strange noise that you can hear coming out of these doors. Is like a crunching sound, like.
How about these doors, Les? I can hear through these. Can I hear anything right here at these?
Don't go too far.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to listen at this
No
door.
peeking. So let me check.
Use the Alt key, Jennifer.
Yeah. Thanks, Gordon.
You hear snoring.
I'd like to point out it wasn't me this time.
It's not Matt.
But the one thing you also, so you hear this at this door, you hear that like almost like a machine. Through this door is sort of this relatively loud sort of snoring. But what you notice across here is like down these steps right here, and on this is a big platform that. Hold on a second. I'll describe it. Down that platform is a large shrine dominated by a 50-foot tall statue of a scythe-wielding insect demon that looms over a black stone altar. In front of it, there's an altar made of black stone, and that stone, Otto will tell you, smells of blood.
And the demon's name is Spoonwar.
The demon's name is Spoonwar. Hey, Tom.
Hey, guys.
He was part of the Spoonwar gang that did all that damage to Hamlet.
Gatto looks behind him and waves everyone forward.
It's safe.
Well, I didn't say that.
I share with Farina will share with Gatto what Otto's hearing.
Okay, as Otto gets closer and sort of looks to that thing, he feels as he gets close, he feels a very strange sort of sensation. There's a magical sensation, and he feels very much like he does not belong here. that you know, this is a place that is holy to other groups, bad people. This is a bad place.
I was
I'm
going
gonna
to send
share
Baru
that.
down there, Les. Is that?
Baru feels the same thing. So Baru's like, this is a bad place. I don't want to go here. He smells the blood, but Baru has no interest in that.
Okay, guys, we're here. We don't see any people. The only thing to do is go in and start disrupting things.
Well, we think there's something sleeping behind these doors. And this has got something mechanical operating behind it. So this would probably mask our sounds if we were to move through, if it was truly mechanical.
Well, if we go quietly in here, we might be able to dispatch them, though.
Good
They're
possibility.
lawful good. Don't we have to talk to them first before we dispatch them?
You might be lawful good.
I detected lawful goodness of them, and they weren't. Okay, trust me.
Gordon got your message.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, I see that in the subsection of my lawful good manual. That so it's okay to kill beans in their sleep if they're not lawful good. Sweet.
If there aren't any objections, guys, I'll go over here and check this door. Please be ready to come assist if I cry out.
Can I get over there?
Pardon?
Can I get over there first? I'm happy to. Do I have to sneak in, or do I'm not a sneaker, so.
You would have to sneak in, and you not being a sneaker would hinder that.
Then I'll stand back here with Lothar and Siggy.
If you stand at this door ready in case you hear anything, that'll be good.
Farina, do you have your holy bow in your hand?
Yeah, I do. Am I so close as to set off alarms?
No, but you begin to feel that bow grow hot. It's reacting to something nearby.
What if I stand over here? Does it cool down a little bit?
Hold on a second. Let me check.
Because I'm starting to realize these.
No, it's still warming.
You're really playing the "it's getting warmer" game.
It's beginning to heat up in your hand.
Here?
Now it begins. The temperature stops growing, but there was something that was reacting to the holiness of your bow, reacting poorly to it, and it feel like it had to do with proximity to that statue.
So as anybody walks by me that has a holy item, I'm going to share that information with them as they come down the stairs.
And you remember that both Otto and Baru have said that, you know, when they got on those steps, they definitely got a feeling like they didn't belong there. It's the only way they would describe it. All right, Gato, what are you doing? You're doing a perception check. The 13. Thankfully, the snores coming from within inside are very loud. At least they would be loud if you were in there. Beyond the stone doors are isolating that sound quite a bit, but you can still hear it.
Okay. Check to see if it's locked.
It is no, there doesn't seem to be any. Again, there doesn't seem to be any locks on these doors.
I'm going to open that door.
Hey, Farina's going to tell you before you open it, leave it open, and I'll cover your back. We'll have an arrow knocked in.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
Okay, so you're opening the door. You will hold on a sec.
If I follow him in, do I have to roll another stealth, or are we good for a bit? How does that work? How often do we have to roll these?
Well, it depends on how often you sort of encounter
things.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to follow Gato in, then Otto is.
Okay. Hold on a second. All right. You open that door very quietly as possible, but it still makes noise. And you find yourself looking into a room. It's pretty wide, but the air as it sort of comes out is sort of stuffy and foul smelling. There's a bit of a stink to it, and you can see as you peer in, you see sort of 6 circular platforms that line the walls that have big mounds of sort of like, you know, furs that smell, and the smell in here is a bit like chemically, like almost, you know, pussy almost.
Ew.
It's pretty gross. You also see what looks to be on one of the platforms, it's actually sort of dangling off it, what looks to be an enormous creature that from which is emanating these snores.
Found where I sleep.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Giants.
I rolled
Yeah,
up
how many
before
giants
this,
yet?
but I'll do another one.
20. Oh no, that's not you. Oh, 27. Okay. And Otto's is a 20. So Otto pads in, and Gatto is moving very stealthy. But even so, I'm gonna have to do a perception check here. A countered perception. Let's go ahead and see
The cat's gonna give you away.
that. So you're gonna love this.
Shit. No, I'm not.
Shit.
Who's that? What are you doing here? You're rolling for initiative. That's what you're doing. So this creature here somehow, you thought you were quiet as a mouse, but this creature somehow hears you and sits up and is like, what the fuck is this? And reaches down and grabs his pick. A big pick off the ground.
He's going to play his guitar.
Remember, click on your icon and then click on Farina Initiative.
Oh, that's right. I gotta do it that way so it goes on the rule. So click on the icon and then where to?
It should show up at the top of the screen. It should have Farina Initiative, assuming
It did
it's...
not. It did not. That's why it didn't look right.
Okay, you want me to do it for you?
No, you roll shitty, but I don't think I have a choice.
Wow.
I'll always roll shitty.
No,
Unless
you don't.
you
When you
just
roll
drag and
my
drop your
initiative,
number
you
on
roll shitty. Only when you roll my initiative, dear.
No, it's just that. Yeah, you're right.
That's right.
Two's not horrible.
Humble.
All right, so
That's
reaches
okay.
down off the platform and grabs this big sort of pick, like a miner's pick, only huge, and sort of sits up and is like, what are you doing here, creature? And begins the process of getting up. But Gatto, you're first, so what do you do?
Okay, so he's still flat-footed against me. If I won the initiative,
Yes, I suppose so.
do you want to sort the order?
I did.
Okay.
Wouldn't he be flat-footed for Otto too, or no?
Well, it's not Otto's turn is the problem.
Basically, whoever goes before
You
him.
said Gatto was first. I thought you said Otto. Sorry.
No,
old
Gatto.
ears.
I don't have an initiative for Otto.
It's the same crummy one that Gordon.
It's going to be
rolled
his Farina's?
for.
Okay. All right. Do I have one for Chuck? Did I see Chuck's in there? Lothar. Okay. Oh, solid. Right at the bottom of the order. Okay.
First to go next turn.
Okay, so I'm first. So I'm going to make one attack against him.
Okay. With?
The Elven Blade.
Okay. Not even close. Ka-ting! It blasts off as he dodges out of the way. This creature moves pretty quickly for a guy of such bulk.
Okay.
And he dodges out of the way.
I am moving now.
Run away!
Okay.
Is that even hitting his flat-footed AC?
Not even close.
Damn.
Well, I guess theoretically it could be close, considered close. But no, it did not hit his flat-footed AC.
Is he made of skin, Les, or does he look to be like a creature?
This is basically he's got skin, and he's wearing sort of like these leather sort of overlapping plates. But more than anything, he looks like he's covered in ash.
And I'm letting everyone know he's coming.
He's coming.
Fletcher, flash art now.
Okay.
All right, Fletcher, you're up.
I can't reach him.
Did I get the
Might
bad
not even
signal?
know he's there.
I know
Well,
something.
They just saw me come out saying,
Outside.
now.
So you're yelling?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, loud enough to go 30 feet.
Okay, so you're moderating your yelling so that I just want to make sure I got this right. You're yelling so that your friends can hear you, but not so the other people in the dungeon can hear you.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. I got it.
Okay, loud enough so that someone 30 feet away in an open door can hear me, but not
Okay.
people behind a closed stone door, especially with machinery going off.
Yeah, Les.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it on my sheet, but I have a holy hearing of +6. So I'm able to pick up like
Did I give you that, or is it a paladin ability?
Oh yeah, it's I got it on this new level 10. It's an addendum errata that you may not have seen yet. I found it in a Taiwanese translation of an old TSR booklet. So.
Great, I'm working with 7 Lindsay Wagners.
So when Gato comes out, Farina's going to say, "So let me get this right. You just disturbed something and left Otto in there?"
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Great.
Correction. Otto disturbed something and I left.
He kicked your ass too on his.
All right, so
Otto's last stealth was 20. Mine was 27.
Fletcher, give me a perception. As this, you could hear Gato saying, "What was it you said? I'm leaving.
He's coming.
This adventure sucks. I'm going to take all my stolen. I'm going to take all the stolen silver and go back to Dresden."
Yeah, he said something's coming, so I'm going to wait to see what's coming.
You can't go straight. You have to go around.
I will pause to attack when something that is coming comes up.
All right, so you're going to delay. All right, cool.
It's your chance to take the nyahydrian crystal elixir and fight it mano a mano.
That's an original sheet there, Tom.
Well, that's so. Yeah, so Tom's.
No, actually, I'm showing Gordon.
That brown sheet, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember any of that, Gordy?
I do. Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, Lord Starius.
Yeah, I haven't seen that stuff in a long time, man.
880. That's when it was made.
1980.
880. Yes.
August.
That's
August of 1980.
That will be 40 years in August.
Oh, shut up,
Oh
man.
God.
40 years, dude.
Yeah. And I got Gordy, your other guy, Gordy, here too. I'll have to share that with you. I did that on a private message, guys. I didn't want to interrupt your game. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Illinois, give me
We
a
interrupted plenty.
for you and Storm.
40 years.
27. So you also hear Gato yelling down inside. You're not.
Storm doesn't.
Storm does not, but your elvish ears can hear Gato saying, "It's alive! Get out! Run away! I'll take the silver."
All right.
And so what are you gonna do?
Gonna cast Mage Armor on Storm,
Okay.
and then tell Storm, go take care of that.
Storm's like, "What the hell are you talking about?
So I'll send
Go
Storm
take care of what?"
into those doors to find out what all the fuss is about.
All right, so you're gonna move Storm down there.
So
Because
Storm's gonna get
Storm's
right
moving on your turn right now. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna go all the way in. What? Farina's just gonna like wave her in.
unless Farina wants to be up front.
Farina is definitely not going to not wave her in. I'm probably just going to stand there incredulous that Gato just ran out the door.
I've seen that glare too. Yeah.
Storm comes like down the stairs, looks around, looks at Gato, looks at Farina, sees you guys both looking at that door, and kind of like goes in. Storm, you see this guy is standing up, and he goes ahead and completes that and hops down from the thing to this point. He has that pick.
Or she got so.
Yeah, he's got that pick, and he has reach. So he's gonna. He sees this. Well, what would you call Storm?
Dragon.
Dragon. Okay.
Prompting.
Hey, I let it fly a minute ago, and no one caught it.
I know. I heard it.
Flying Dorito brother.
Hey, there's probably more
My
than
passive aggressive mood done.
there's more than 3 or 4 reasons why I never became a police detective. So just so you know. So he's gonna reach out and try to crack her with that.
You guys reach around the corner and slap Gato.
The reach around. Okay. So since he's using part of his turn to get on his feet, he only gets 1 attack with the pick. But here it comes. A 28 to hit.
Plus 20.
That does not hit.
Does not hit. It hits in the ground, and you hear this thing curse. Oh, no dragons in my house, you fucking bad. So you hear that, as the pick hits the ground, chips fly all over the place. Bardos, you are up now.
Oh my God, he needs to roll a 2 to hit Farina.
Can I see him in there, Les? I kind of had a straight vision for when he was sitting, but he's kind of moved now.
Well, it's kind of down into there. Yeah, I mean, give me a perception check.
23. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is plus 15, so 20.
20. Yeah, it's hard. You could sort of see him. I mean, it would depend on what you wanted to do. How much of it is not. I mean, it's certainly not great line of sight.
I just want to make sure that I understand that this thing is big.
Oh yeah, you basically see maybe from the shin down.
Yeah,
Frida was telling you everything, so he should have a good picture of it.
Well,
Frida was sharing everything that she was seeing through Otto's eyes.
if we enlarge Fletcher, would it be more eye to eye?
Wouldn't fit in there.
AQ slash.
Get some Greco-Roman Orgu wrestling there.
Okay, I'm going to move there, Les, and I'm going to cast Enlarge Person on Otto, Storm, Flashheart, and Fletcher.
If you do that, Storm will basically take up all the space in there.
Well, but she can come back out into this room and we can confront him out here.
I just want to bust in like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah.
If we can get him pulled into the center of this octagon or whatever it is, we can basically surround him. Because this guy is tough. If he's got, I mean, it sounds like he's got a great AC and a...
Mm-hmm.
We can get flanking from every direction.
He's got to be able to get out through that door. So, yeah, let's wait out here in the octagon.
I mean, Mike, even now, Storm is blocking everybody,
All the people who are partly evil go stand by the statue.
I mean, if you want, I can not do Storm. If you think Storm is big enough.
Side.
I'd rather not do Storm.
Okay, well then I'll just
at this level, in my opinion, the enlarged doesn't
really wouldn't help a dragon, would it?
No.
It just does more damage.
You do an extra, the next die up, but you're easier to hit. And actually, looks like this guy's going to hit us regardless. But
well, keep in mind that that's his max attack bonus. Might not be. He might, on his multiple attacks, he might not have the same bonus.
Right.
Probably lower.
Yeah, she.
Like a 24.
Even if it's 5 lower, it's still killing us every time.
Yeah, exactly. I think Otto would like to be enlarged. I think that. What's it take off your AC? Like.
Takes your AC down by 1.
Yeah, I think that's a fair trade for more damage.
Well, it gives you reach too. Is the other thing that really makes enlarge. I mean, even at high levels, it gives you reach, which is a big deal.
Even with natural weapons like claws?
Yeah.
Sure.
You just get longer swipes.
Even your bite, too.
Otherwise, Otto basically has to move through a threatened square every time he wants to attack him.
Exactly.
Unless he stays like right up on him.
Yeah, I don't think this is the only thing in here. So I don't know if we've got time to pull him out to surround him.
I like the idea if we can do it. Or even get him in the...
Yeah, Storm just right in. Same concept she always does, is just to get in the way of things. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
if someone says call her back out of there, the next round I'll call her back out.
This is where you want to get him, right, Bartos? You're trying to get him right here?
I would say if we can pull him out, but even if it's not the case, these are big halls. There's a giant already that we're dealing with. So to me, being enlarged is going to give everybody an advantage of reach and to stand.
Plus, this octagon shape gives us sort of
enlarge everybody and then yell at Elendar to pull her out, or just anyone can talk to Storm and say, "Hey, bring him out here."
Yeah, this octagon shape gives it a UFC.
But also keep in mind on the southwest side of the octagon, there was some sort of effect that was affecting Farina when she was standing there, making her holy weapon get hot, and both Baru and Otto have
Yeah.
that they feel uneasy, like they
That
don't
will-
belong
that will
there.
affect
All the
storm
way up
too.
to here, all the way up to this point. It wasn't until I got here that it went away.
And it will affect storm too. And it will affect, if it's that much of an evil effect, it probably affect flash art if I had to guess.
So hold on, whose turn is it and what did we do? I got lost.
We're waiting for Bardos to figure out who.
He's enlarging.
If Storm doesn't want enlarge, then I will do Otto, Flash Art, and Fletcher with enlarge. That's 3 of them. I can do anybody else if they want it, but I don't know if there's a need.
Anybody else?
Have we rolled for initiative yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't see me on the list here. Did I miss it?
Scroll down.
So by did you mean did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't. So did
Fair
you
enough.
roll? No, you didn't roll. Get quick.
I'll do it, yeah.
Does anybody else think Bardos's head looks like Peter Criss from Kiss?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beth, I hear you calling.
I'm going to take my turn after Bardos, Les.
Okay.
I'm going to come down here.
Hold on a second. I gotta move Flash Art for a second. He's too high up.
Nice.
You roll Flash 7, a gentleman 7 on initiative.
Gentleman 7.
At least you didn't miss your turn. That's good. All right.
Hey, Fletch,
And then
Yes, ma'am.
if I can get Otto to be a flank to me, he's got ally feats that gives me a +7.
Okay.
So I was going to try and position myself. Yeah, as long as you make a hole for me. Yeah.
Got it.
all right. So Bardos, you enlarged Fletcher and Flashheart and Otto. I'm gonna move him down a little bit. So Otto's like 6 feet tall at the shoulder now. And then so Fletcher, you are now you're gonna go in, right, after Bardos?
So after Bardos' turn, I moved into the octagon area. I'm like back this way.
Okay.
I'm trying to move back. It's snapping me weirdly to the grid. I just want to be back.
Hold down your Alt key.
Okay.
Fletcher, do you still have that holy axe or hammer?
Hammer, yes.
So here's the problem. You get in there, and is the hammer holy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So when you get over to where you're standing, you sort of brace yourself. You got that hammer out. You feel that hammer start to sort of like vibrate uncomfortably in your hand. To the point
Otto will take that spot.
It's like what's going on? This is you look backward and you see that statue is just it looks like that it's the statue of the insect creature which you recognize as Discari is sort of like looking at you. Is that right? It feels like it. It hasn't moved, but man,
Do I feel
that
it
weapon
if
is.
I'm over here?
No, the hammer stops vibrating when you move over there.
Okay, I'll stay there.
Otto will take that position, Flashheart. Yeah, that'll work.
All right, that it for you, Fletcher?
Totally about the
Yep,
cat.
that's it. I'm just
If I can
positioning.
move, or am I good there?
All right, Farina, you're running up the stairs.
I do. I run up the stairs and I give Flashheart
Abandoning Otto.
bark skin.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put Otto, who's going to snarl at the beast temptingly. And
Hey, baby.
He snarls at him alluringly.
Alluringly. Hello, baby.
no, like as like a beast would like, no, in a more like you can't catch me, you son of a bitch kind of way. Not you guys.
All right, so Otto gets into that, goes over by Baru, and again, Otto feels that really uncomfortable feeling, like he doesn't belong here. He's being watched.
Like too uncomfortable to even move. Like
well, no, he can
want
move.
to.
I mean, it's nothing that's affecting him physically. It's just a general and very, very real sense of uneasiness.
It does.
You don't belong here.
It's not going to lower his attacks or anything. It's not like where he's debilitated.
He's not debilitated.
Okay.
He just has it's just a very strange and uneasy feeling.
Hey, Les, Storm has 60-foot dark vision.
Yeah.
Can you do that way? We can still see that room.
No, I'm sorry. If it's not on the thing, it can't be used.
It can't be done.
Hey, Matt, did you catch the
Hold on.
bark skin? Is Matt here?
He's here.
Matt?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Did you catch bark skin? You got bark skin now?
No, I didn't hear that. Thank you. I'm on it.
Okay,
Thank you.
so Farina, you went back. You got bark skin on now. So bark skin is going to give you. Is this the DR one or +2 to natural armor bonus?
+4 at her level.
+4
No.
at her level.
It says +3 at my level.
Oh, does it?
Oh, okay.
Mhm. So I put it on me, but I'm giving it to Flashheart. I had it on me before we started.
Okay.
with my
So
standard.
+3 to AC. That's
Right.
good.
Nice.
As your skin becomes thick and woody, like if you have a really bad case of psoriasis. Lothar, you are up, and you've seen all these guys. So Flashheart's next to you. He's enormous. A lot of people have run down into this thing. There's a fair amount of yelling going on. What do you do? Chuck?
He moved.
I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna move down
Oh,
to
did
this
you? Okay.
corner. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Come
peek
down the
around
stairs.
peek around the corner, look through those doors, whatever I can see.
Well, I don't know what you can see. So
Well,
do
at
you?
this point, it doesn't seem like either the doors are closed, which it didn't seem like that was the case.
Well,
before.
one door is closed, so only one of the doors is open.
Which one?
The farthest one, this one right here.
The bottom one?
Yeah, the bottom one.
Okay, so apparently I have because I have dark vision, thanks to
Do
an
you?
item. Well, thanks to an item, I believe. Hang
Well,
on.
you do not, according to
Whoa, whoa,
this.
hang
So
on,
I'm going
hang
to
on.
fix that.
Hang on. I might be thinking about the wrong character. Hold on.
No, you're not like Don, where he cheats all the time. You don't cheat.
No,
so I
I'm not
trust
trying to cheat. I'm just thinking I have a human character that has dark vision because of a ring. And never mind, this ain't that guy.
This ain't that guy. All
This
right.
ain't that guy. So we're good.
So I'm going to go and I'm going to revert you back to what you can see. So there you go.
Well,
So
nothing changed from what you changed, so
Yeah, I didn't save it.
okay.
So I don't know. Can you see the guy in there?
I can see feet,
Okay.
but I'm pretty
works.
sure that the feet that I can see are the feet of a dragon.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. What was it that you see?
I see at the feet of a dragon.
Oh, I see.
Wait, you see Storm?
Couldn't quite hear that. There we go.
So no, I can't see the BBEG.
Okay.
I know he's there because people have said it.
Bottom of the order, Flashheart. You are up. You are big. You are barky.
Last start, you do have +4. Farina's got a +4 at her level. It's not
Is it +4? Okay.
+4?
Yeah.
Wow.
Starts at +2 and goes up 1 for every 3 levels.
Point me at evil. All right, let me. I keep trying to grab it from the Zoom screen. Apologies. All right. I'm heading into the room of Storm.
Okay. So you're running in there.
Making my Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
All right. You were blow through there and actually blow through the unopened door. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that out as
You
well.
don't usually run when I'm enlarged. Do I have larger? Do I double my distance?
Your movement stays the same.
Okay, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. So that puts me right up there without making an attack then.
Okay. Since you are, it has 10-foot reach, you will receive an attack of opportunity.
He actually stopped at 10 foot also because
You have it. Yeah, Flashheart wouldn't get that close. That reach.
Nope, too late.
10 foot.
No, too late. I already did it. You took your hand off the piece.
What
What happened? How did he run in there? What happened?
I don't think Matt heard the conversation about pulling him out into the other room.
Here's the attack of opportunity roll.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Plus 125.
He's got really good. He's got some
Wait.
that
Matt,
help.
does that hit?
Yeah, Matt, does that hit? All right, so he would not get closer than that. So he would still be like about here then.
yeah, I'm just clashing a radiance against my. Well, no, I'm not going to do that.
Do you have a shield?
Yeah, of course I have a shield.
I don't know.
I'm not going to do that. I forgot there's other things in this facility we don't necessarily need to draw just yet. Okay, so I will wave radiance at him tauntingly as I do a moonwalk back towards the door here.
Paladin! I will enjoy killing you. Gato, you are up. So Gato, you've seen all these guys rush in, so you feel like the battle is pretty much taken care of. You feel comfortable there. That you don't necessarily have to go in there. Yep, there you go. Ooh, but you start to feel uneasy, Gato, and you get on those stairs. You are you get this feeling that you get this feeling that something doesn't want you there, and you look up at the statue, and it feels like the statue is looking at you.
Come on, Gatto's in a party of people who don't want him there. He's accustomed to this.
He should be accustomed to it, yeah. He shrugs it off.
This doesn't bother him at all.
My second action is to move there.
Where did you? Oh, go around that way. Okay, so you can hear. Actually, you can hear the sound of that machinery a lot better here. You can only imagine how loud it is inside that room because you can hear it pretty clearly here.
I'm done.
That's it for you? All right, Ilindar.
I moved twice.
You are safe outside, so now would be the time to close those doors and lock everybody in.
That was what I was going to do.
Certainly an option at
Did
this
you
point.
give Ilindar 60-foot vision too?
Can I give him 60-foot vision? I can. I choose.
Actually, he's a drow, so he's got 120-foot dark vision.
He has 120-foot dark vision? Seriously?
Yeah.
Characters are so broken. Hold on, it's giving me a little clumpy here.
Ilindar was privy to the conversation, but then he also just saw the paladin burst in there right next to Storm.
Yep.
So, are we going in there? Are we going in? Or are we coming out?
Who are you asking?
Rhetorical question.
Probably Farina.
It's a rhetorical question.
Probably Bardos. You can kind of see them from there.
Farina's going to say, where'd that big oaf go?
Fletcher is asking the same question.
Hey, Les, how tall are the ceilings in this room?
Pretty high, actually. Probably 30 feet high.
30 feet high? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like going down. So, yeah, maybe not 30 feet. Probably 22 to 24 feet high.
Okay, as long as she can stay in the middle of the room, she can spread her wings in here.
Okay.
And her movement rate is now 80.
Well, is she flying?
She's flapping a few times to get up close to the ceiling, coming over and dropping right here.
All right, hold on. I got to refresh my shit here.
Technically, he'd probably still get an attack of opportunity if she came down.
All right. Hold, please. So I'm trying to refresh my thing. I can't move anything on the screen right now, but
Are you on the GM square?
yes, I'm on the GM square. It's just being the tabs being a dick. Here we go. Chrome. Thanks, Chrome. Tell you what, Microsoft Edge is looking pretty good right now. I hope you guys
They're
can.
5% market share and falling. They are really crushing it.
Yeah,
Is their market share falling?
You
big-
lost me at
Well,
Microsoft.
I mean, everything Explorer. I'm not sure about Edge, but Explorer, everything is less than 5% of the market share now.
Not a market share. Not a Microsoft fan, Chuck.
No, you lost me at Microsoft. Sorry.
He's Linux all the way.
All right, so she flies basically over. So she's flying basically over the guy.
And then landing behind him.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely going to get an attack of opportunity on that freaking chicanery right there. I don't know what she's thinking about. Chicanery. Hold on, let me get Ilindar's light. 120 dark vision, which seems frankly ridiculous. But okay, so she flies over, and is she going to do an attack?
Yeah, single attack.
Single attack.
I'm in the middle of doing my macros here, so I got to do all these the old way.
All right, so he is going to do an attack of opportunity. As she flies over, he's going to reach up and try and clock her with that pick. Ooh, and that's a solid roll.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's see. What kind of damage do we do with that heavy pick? Ooh, that's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
He
And
clocked
she didn't hit it.
22 points of pick damage. as he clocks her as she flies over, and she lets out a squawk or whatever sound. What is the sound that dragons make?
A roar.
A roar. And she lands heavily over on the other side of the room.
He snaps at him once and misses.
Snaps at him once and misses. It is so. Ilindar, I gave you your thing. Are you personally going to do anything non-storm related?
He's going to come down here.
Okay. And push Bardos towards the creature?
Actually, at that stage, she's going to cast. He's got a wand of magic missile. He's going to have to do with magic missiles.
Okay. And who's he shooting? I'm the DM. I got to ask. I don't know what your drow treachery is going to make you do at this point. You're in love with a demon woman. You're a drow. Frankly,
don't judge.
It's hit or miss.
You're like a Danielle Steele novel.
Boom, 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 boom. Those you could see pretty clearly. You could see the guy pretty clearly, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So those those are some crappy rolls. As the missiles go and just like slam into this enormous dude, but he seems to be, I don't know, not resistant so much, but it's almost, to your magical mind, it's almost as if the missiles are sort of getting lost in his this little armored shirt that he's got on. You don't think it's any sort of resistance, but it could be.
I was gonna say these are magical force damage, so either they're full damage or they're
full damage. I'm just trying
to spell resistance.
I'm just trying to theater the minded.
Gotcha. Okay.
So thanks for
ruining it.
Yeah. Thanks for ruining it.
All right. His turn. He's not, frankly, he's not all that worried about Storm, so he's going to take a 5-foot step away and plant a. He's going to try and hit Flashheart, and he is probably gonna be able to. First, he's got 2 attacks. Brings that thing around twice. First attack is a 37, so solid. Yeah, that's a pretty solid hit there. Probably, I'm assuming. And then his next attack, as he brings around the backhand. Oh, natty 20. Let's see if that's a confirmed crit.
Yeah.
34 confirmed crit. Is that 34 hit you?
Actually,
that's a pick. You just killed Flashheart.
28 plus 4, 32. Yeah, it hits.
Okay, let's check out the crit generator. Let's go to the
The
chart.
bark is 3, Matt. Plus 3. Did you get that?
I thought it was 4.
It's
No,
plus
it's
4.
3.
No, it's 4, General.
It's only 3 on my TOS sheet.
It's not right. It's not 3 on the TOS sheet. It's 4. Look at your spells, your spell planner.
I did.
Tell you
I'll
what.
look at them.
Tell you what, I'll take the 3 and the 4. That way, less misses.
There we go.
Yeah.
And
That's probably best for everybody.
So I gotta know if this is a confirmed crit because I got a chart here.
It is.
You're rolling plus 25s. Come on.
Armor smash. The attack deals damage to your armor. Oh wait, that was a fumble. Never mind. Never mind.
So he missed.
Spun around. The target suffers max and is flat-footed for 1d2 rounds. We're just gonna go ahead and roll that right now, just real quick.
Ouch.
2 rounds. So flat-footed for 2 rounds and max damage. So the first hit, let's do that. That was the non-crit hit. So max damage is going to be 27 points for the second hit. That's with the crit, and then the first hit is 20. So 47 points of damage for the round. How you feeling, big guy?
I was thinking I was pretty invulnerable, and I'm not feeling it right now. Why has Iomade forsaken me?
The usual reasons.
All right. You say 47 points?
47 points, yeah. So solid attack. Paladin, I can smell your tinkle just like the solar.
Did he blow me backwards out the doors?
He's knocked you backwards, not out the doors, but he's certainly knocked you backwards into the thing. And that's the result of. That's why you're flat-footed, because you're sort of knocked backwards on your heels. Bardos.
Dan, that was for Fletcher.
I'm
So
sorry.
you can ignore that.
What was for Fletcher?
I whispered
Nothing. Yep. I'm not.
nothing.
Sending non-DM messages?
I am.
I suppose it's a little too late to parlay now, right?
Wow, and that's little sliver is all we did to him. Okay.
It was just a magic missile, so he didn't roll very well. Nobody's hit him yet.
Bartos is going to move to the corner there, and he's going to cast haste on pretty much everybody. He's can do up to 9, so, and it's a 30-foot reach. So everybody but the nasty guy.
Okay, so everybody is hasted.
And the deity. He didn't haste the deity statue.
No, or Baru. Baru didn't get hasted, or me. But Brandon, Lothar, Elendar, Flashheart, Storm, Fletcher, Gatto, and Otto.
All right, very good, very good. You gonna move it all, or?
Yeah, I did it already. I moved.
Oh, you did. Where'd you go? Oh, you went over by the door. Okay, Fletcher, you hear Flashheart cry out, "Ah! That really hurt!" And you would have probably seen at least you wouldn't necessarily have seen the creature, but you certainly saw Flashheart get slammed by this guy's pick.
All right.
Almost a Leroy Jenkins moment.
Hold on, I gotta change my macro.
You're about to reverse Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. Brave Sir Robin.
I am going, well, obviously, waiting out here isn't going to work. So I'm
Yeah,
going to
did you see him?
round
That's
him
where you
to-
could see him.
You can't. There's a wall.
And I'm going through Flashheart Square, but I'm not stopping in Flashheart Square.
Okay.
Okay,
And I'm
so you're,
stopping.
I'm gonna reach out a hand and tag off with Fletcher. You know,
so that's closer. That's closer than 10 feet. So that could draw an attack of opportunity.
You already had one this round for Storm.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I hate that. Wait, let me check and see if he gets multiple ones.
You can't get multiple, but he's already had one with Storm.
Combat reflexes?
This guy does not have combat reflexes.
He does.
conflict.
He absolutely does.
He does, then yes, he does get another attack of
He
opportunity.
gets another
And
one.
he has 10-foot reach, not 5-foot?
He has 10-foot reach.
10-foot reach.
I think he hits hard.
He is going to take that attack of opportunity. 36 to hit.
Well, yes, but I didn't exit a square.
Yeah, well, kind of you
I
did.
never exited a square that's more than 10 feet away.
You move through a threatened square.
But I didn't move. But it doesn't matter. In Pathfinder, you have to exit the square, not through.
No.
You're talking about 5e.
Okay.
No, in
You're
Pathfinder,
10
it
foot
says-
away. Wait. When you're 10 feet away, you're within his reach, right?
correct.
Then you moved
You moved
closer.
to 5 feet within. You're exiting that 10-foot square and moving into a 5-foot square.
But
That
the
does
back
provoke-
of me, given the size of me, is still more than 10 feet away.
it provokes an attack of
He
opportunity.
doesn't want to hit you in the back. He wants to hit you in the front.
Okay. I'm
Now,
gonna
what you
remember
could
this
do,
next
you
time,
could
'cause I've
stay
tried
back.
attacks of opportunity in this situation, Les, and you've said no.
No, I'm sure I did not. I hardly ever do that. So
Not
what
when
you
you're
could do is
closing on combat.
you could stay back out of 10 feet and stay out of his way if you want to do that. Still be in the
I
room.
can't. That's a wall. I can't stand there. There's a wall.
Yeah,
So that means I can't enter the room because the whole room's in his reach.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could enter. I mean, you just take the hit. It's only
I
2.
thought you had to move through the space, not threaten, but move through it. I thought that was the whole thing about Pathfinder. You couldn't move.
It's an attack of opportunity.
It's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
I
unless-
think where I'd be triggering it
What
is
we
because
could do
I
is
can't
get out
stop
into a
him.
more open area.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Yeah, that was the idea.
What we could still do is move out into an open area.
Do they have
Flashheart.
mobility in Pathfinder?
Come out here.
Sorry,
No,
what-
Flashheart's going to pull out now, but then
They
Storm
have mobility, yes.
and she's behind him.
And that's how you can move through a threatened square.
But he's not withdrawing. He's moving forward. He's moving forward to attack.
Right.
It's a matter if you want to take it. It's 2d6 plus 15 damage for the pick.
You're gonna need that. We got time. Let's lure him out here.
I have to hope that Storm can get at him.
Yeah, that's a great plan. I don't know why I wasn't on board with that plan.
All right,
Well, and
yeah, I'm
Storm
going to
can
have
come
to,
up behind him and flank that back door.
What
Once
do
he
we
gets
need a
through the door.
racetrack for?
I'm going to have to pause again. Through the room. So basically, I would have come this far and then realized I can't get in. So I'd probably pause right about here.
Do you want to hold your turn until a different point?
Well, yeah, I'll just stay. I did that. That's
Well, you
easier.
don't have to. I mean, you could get into
No,
position.
I don't necessarily want to position because I don't know what Storm's going to do when he comes out. So I'll just wait there.
All right, so you're holding.
Yep.
Okay, Farina. Standing up there on the at the top of the steps by the door, you could probably go outside and get that door shut pretty quickly. Lock everybody in. But you could tell that Otto is really feeling uncomfortable. Otto is an unpleasant feeling that he's experiencing. Jennifer? Are they frozen?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Myself, like a fool.
The other
I'm thinking about burning through my second level spells or holding on to them. I think I'm just going to reserve my turn so that hopefully we can get this thing out on his turn and I can take a shot at it before the round is over. So I'm going to reserve.
Well, the round is over at Flashheart's got the lowest one. So if you look at the thing,
oh yeah, okay, sorry.
Left.
Oh shit. I'm going to give Lothar. You can take bark skin, can't you? Can it add to yours too, or do you have natural armor? It doesn't add to.
No, I can take it, but I can also do a similar thing for myself.
To yourself.
And I have no intention of getting anywhere close to melee. So
okay, well you're standing kind of on the perimeter. Illendar, are you planning on backing up? I'll ask him.
Yeah, I just got close enough so he could see. But yeah, he's not
because once he comes out, you're going to be right in swinging distance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then I'm just going to hang tight for now.
Yeah, Illendar thought since Flashheart went in, plans changed and we were attacking in there, so he moved to there and had Storm reposition.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to my spells. I'm just going to keep us where we're at and hope the plan pulls together here.
Okay. Lothar.
So from where I'm standing, I can see the creature fully. Because I guess Flashheart opened the door when he went in.
Yeah.
Now, I need a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
I love it when he says that.
It's going to be green colored.
Okay. Good Lord, that's huge. I need one I can move.
You need something that you're throwing something.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to make a copy of you.
I need something I can move.
Small, delightful copy.
Flashheart's like, I'm being bathed in a radiance. I can feel the healing coming. And then, wait, what? What's being thrown?
wait, that's not healing? Oh my God, that hurts.
Get the minimum safe distance.
Okay, hold on a sec.
I can move that.
Yeah, I'm just going to take off the other thing.
Okay.
Good Lord, Mike, that's terrible.
Okay.
Mini Lothar?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so that includes. Well, take the one off of me because they're overlapping.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh, take the green one off you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I need the one I can move. Okay,
Right.
so I can hit Flashheart and Fletcher, or I can hit Flashheart and Storm. And we've been together long enough. Do I know, is Storm good or neutral?
Storm is good.
Okay, then I'm going to center it here because it hits Flashheart and Storm, both who are good, and I'm going to do Holy Smite.
Holy Smite! All
you
right.
say Batman after that.
So what's that?
You have to say Batman after that.
Holy Smite Batman? All right, so
Holy Smite! Holy shnikes!
16 points of damage and a saving throw versus DC 20, or it is blind.
Okay, DC 20. Is that a will save?
Yes, it's a will save.
Will save.
It's a will save against DC 20.
Okay, hold on. 14.
So it is blind for one
Okay.
round.
Arr! Oh, I hate you, Lothar. All right, cool. So it is blind, and it does how many points of damage?
16, because I rolled like shit.
Okay.
Which is typical Lothar, so it's all good.
Right.
Actually, right on the median. It's not that bad. Could be worse.
Okay.
1 6,
Ooh.
1 1, and 3 3s.
All right, so it's my eye. Flashheart, you're up. Pretty hurt, bud. That crit took you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Threw you back. Now you are flat-footed, at least to him, but he's blind now, so he's not necessarily going to be able to hit you.
Where's Storm?
On the other side of the giant.
Okay. So I'm saying I'm going to taunt him, and then with the little birdies floating around my head in a little circle, I'm going to back out of the room over here.
So you're going to taunt him. Is that that's an effect, right?
Yeah, actually, I don't actually think I actually have a taunt. I was basically going to talk trash.
Okay.
Paladin trash,
Paladin. I was going to talk some paladin trash.
Your mother's evil too.
Yeah. What your mother said last night when I cast Holy Good upon her.
All right. So you're just like, hey, follow me, you big ashy loser.
Bitch, you can't come out here while you're blind, and it's not like I have.
Bitch, you can't come outside where all my friends are, you big douche. So, all right. So it is 11:02. So, and that is the end of the round. I just want to do one more thing before we stop for the night, and that is Gatto and Fletcher. I want you guys to give me a perception check.
Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't sound dumb.
This is the army of mind flayers are appearing through the side door.
No, that's crazy. 33. All right, Gatto 20. All right, so both of you hear. So you guys know that beyond the southerly door there's machines out. You hear something over that noise yelling, "Hey, do you hear some noise out the hallway?" And that's what we'll stop.
Boo.
How can they possibly hear that?
Do you have a retrieval teleport to come back?
He rolled a 30 perception. That's how he heard it. So, yeah, you hear a voice which sounds a lot like that guy's voice saying, "Hey, do you hear some noise out there in the hallway?"
What did he hear? Flashheart whimper? What's the noise?
Oh, there's a fair amount going on. So
He heard a bell ring as I got mine wrong.
Well, we will let everyone know what we heard, obviously.
okay, and you hear further. You hear the sound of the machine, sort of like, and then quiet.
So no retreat.
So they turned off the machine.
Great.
All right, and that is where we will leave it until next time. Hey, and I just want to point out before you guys go that May is a 5-week month. So we have a 5th Sunday this month, the 31st of May, which historically, traditionally has been a you pick 'em when it comes to what game we play on Sunday night. So when you get a moment, let me know if you want to go A team, B team, or Traveler on the 5th Sunday night. Next week is Traveler. So
Vote for Matt Professor
When are you doing the
Ludlow.
convention again?
I'm sorry.
When are you doing the convention again?
When they have them again.
During the week.
Yeah, it's
it's
during the
during the
week,
week.
so it's like Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, that's when we're doing it, but they also have games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm doing
yeah,
our
they do,
games, but
Okay, so you're not
but
tied up.
other people that we know, like our friend Steve, is doing some games on Saturday and
Are
Sunday.
you talking about a real convention?
It's PaizoCon. PaizoCon went full virtual and invited everybody.
Nice.
And
Okay.
free registration. So Don and I and Steve signed up for 3 games: one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, and one on Thursday.
That's
Les?
this week?
When is
2
that?
weeks.
In 2
Cool.
weeks.
It
Well,
is. Yeah.
Bernard
Hey, Don,
dropped
Tom,
out.
and Mike, will you guys hang
Oh
on? a minute?
no, not Bernard.
Yep.
Oh, that's that. Honestly, I feel like dropping out now.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you this last week, I was onboarding a new brand called, was it Alindra? Alaris. But I kept saying Ilindar. Zoom call. I'm like, okay, so Friday, Ilindar is going to come online. 10,000 to the budget on this day. They're like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? And I'm in my head, I'm like, what did I say? Like, Alaris. Yeah. And like, that was going to get me again.
And he's going to bring his dragon.
Yes.
It's like we about out yourself in front of the other, like, no, I'm not a spy.
Hey, Les.
Got it.
Les.
Shut up.
Next week is
Never mind.
travel.
Next week's Traveler, yeah.
Don.
So I got your email.
Hang on. Don.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about me saying the D word.
Okay.
Next week is Traveler, and your ass is grass.
Okay.
Now, Les, you got my email, right?
Got your email, yeah. I
And
will
you're going to
respond to it.
respond to it?
I am
Okay.
indeed.
So I know exactly how torturous I can get with Don?
Yes. I think
Don, what
Honestly-
have you done in that game?
too long, didn't read. Floodgates are open, man.
Did we unload that 9 tons of bear porn yet? I can't.
Not
remember.
yet. I think you guys will still have that in the
Hey,
hole.
Jennifer, I'm consistent.
I guess so, hon.
All right, guys. See you later.
Good
Don,
night.
give me a call.
Good night, you guys.
Don,
Good
game
hang
tonight,
on,
thank
Mike.
you.
Hang on, Tom. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, we're
Les,
hanging. I'm hanging.
Don, Tom, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
All right. See you, Matt. Talk to you soon. Hey,
Just
Matt,
wanted to
thanks
ask you
again
guys if
for
you
sending me
still
that link.
If you guys wanted to try this bonfire this Thursday, the weather's
This
supposed to be
Thursday.
nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
Yep.
Okay.
Ron, you're invited too if you want to come.
I already told the wife and got the okay.
Oh, good. Great. Well, I mean, I'm going to just put a pot of chili on the stove and people can come in and grab a pot, grab a bowl and sit outside, put some
I was
white
gonna
chili
say-
on.
If there was any doubt that Don would be there, that's been erased.
All right, is
But it's
white
also-
chili as appealing as red, Don? Because I was just going to make a batch of white.
I love that's the only thing I make is the white chicken chili, and I love
Yeah.
that stuff.
And
Well,
thankfully,
I'm-
since Don's going to be eating chili, that will enforce social distancing.
Yeah, there we go. Tom, you and Donna are more than welcome too. It's just local people.
Thursday? On Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday.
Good night.
What time you looking at?
So if anybody wants to come out and fish, if people have time like Les, I don't know, you would talk
I will
about
probably
it.
be coming out early
I would
with my
love
son
to.
at least.
Yeah, I mean, the pond has got a lot going on. I'm wrapped up with appointments till 4, but anybody that wants to come out in the afternoon and fish, Gordon is wide open, so he can start the fire whenever. So pretty much whenever. I'm going to make dinner Wednesday night, so he can throw it on the stove and y'all can come and start eating whenever. I mean, we're just talking super informal. Bring a chair, bring chairs for around the fire, bring whatever you feel like drinking that night. And if you want some particular chip or whatever, bring that, but that's it.
And I'm
I'll bring a
supposed,
bag of the Chicago mix.
Yeah,
it's at your place as opposed to the parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a little pit at our house, yeah.
Gotcha.
And
I'll have to
there's
check
plenty
with
of
the
gravel
boss. I don't have a clue if we got anything going.
Sure. No, I just want to make sure you knew you were welcome. Love
Okay,
to have you.
thanks.
Tom, if you come out, bring Starreus. I haven't seen him in.
Well, I was gonna
years.
give that out and give it back. I mean, there's no chance of us playing that. I was just looking through that, and I showed Les that last night. And too bad you guys can't make Saturday nights. But yeah, that guy's from 1980.
I would love to have scans of that and put them on the website.
Oh, yeah.
I just would
Well,
love
it's
to
got-
take a look at that.
It's got pictures of the
Yeah, do
crests
bring
of
it.
all the guys and
That's so
all that. So
You have everybody left, Tom? Do you have everybody, or how many?
I might. I don't know. I mean, I got an entire closet full of stuff. I was trying to find some of the other pictures. Here was some other pictures, and I already sent these to Les.
Tom, Tunnel Home was your character, right?
No, it was a guy by the name of Jeff Goffinet,
Okay.
who was a law student at the time, along with a bunch of other law students. I was actually the only non-law student playing in that
Okay.
game. And it morphed. Basically, once he got agoraphobia, he was pretty worthless as a character because he wouldn't, go adventure. Plus, he was graduating law school, and so just kind of
So he was worthless to society too.
as default, and became the sheriff of Sternhaven. And from what I recall, whenever he arrested somebody, he shook them down for their magic items, and that's how the whole magic shop started. So
Hey, Doc.
Les did a really nice job updating all that too. So
Yeah.
That was really a nice read. I liked it.
oh yeah, well, and he'll add to it because because Balin was never part of the three dwarf thing. That was Bob had a dwarf, I had a dwarf, and Tom Trout had a dwarf. Was the three mad dwarves. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, I don't even think Starius was the first one, was he, Gordon? Or was he the first one?
He's the first one that we played forever. I mean, we took him to like 13th level. You were DM then, but he was like
Right.
13th level when we stopped, I think.
Yeah, that's good memory.
Yeah, you or Bob, I think, said you used them because somebody asked me for him at some point. I guess you maybe. I don't know, but
Yeah, well, I got him. He's all in his nice little folder. So,
I'm excited to see it. That's funny.
you know, and Gordon, and you can definitely tell it's all Gordon's handwriting because, you know, it's Gordon's handwriting. You know.
That kind
Well,
of
yeah,
stuff is so cool when you find like those ancient things.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, and I'm sad I can't find all the like cartoon pictures I drew because I got, you know, cartoon pictures of all the characters. And, you know, I'll have to also find the one for you, Les, with, you know, it shows the different citadels they made and all the different things. Hell, I even got a Belleville West dungeon drawn to scale.
Did you
Oh my God.
It's the
Hey, Tom, hang on just a second. I'm going to interrupt for a second. I'm going to bag out. Les,